Things Podcast. Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest episode of the Needless Things Podcast, where we talk about toys, movies, music, and all manner of pop culture dorkery. I am your host, Dave, and this is RoboVember. Originally, my idea had been to have some sort of movie marathon featuring robot movies, but I just haven't had time this month. My work schedule's been a little wacky, and one thing after another has been going on. But we still had time to get together and do a needless commentary for the 1987 classic RoboCop. I'm very excited. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It is a rare, perfect movie. And it's just one that I've been wanting to do, and now we've done it. And we did it because of a poll in the Needless Things Podcast Facebook group, which you can go join right now and get all kinds of different information and stuff and get in on these polls yourself. It was an exciting poll. Our four movies for possible November commentaries were The Big Lebowski, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Superman 1, and RoboCop. And for about 2 weeks, RoboCop and Superman 1, that's in Rad Ranger years, were neck and neck. Like one vote apart, going back and forth. It was crazy. And then the last half hour of voting, all of a sudden two people, and I don't know who it was because I wasn't keeping track of who voted for what. Two people switched their vote from RoboCop to Superman. Well, we were kind of set on RoboCop and had a bit of a time limit. Superman's 2.5 hours. We did not have 5 hours plus to record, so I was RoboCop the whole way, and two people switched their votes from, Arian had voted for his choice, Big Lebowski, so he switched to RoboCop, and I think Ryan, his choice was Willy Wonka, but he gave up his vote to vote for RoboCop as well, to push it into the winning spot, because we did not have time for Superman 1, which we will get to on a future episode, just preferably at a time of year where everything isn't so hectic and we don't all have so much going on. So we did RoboCop, and we will get to all of those movies. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and The Big Lebowski will both happen, as well as Superman 1 at some point in the future, but we'll do a poll again to see which order they go in. But I got to watch RoboCop. I'm thrilled. I honestly, the last week or so, I was kind of leaning towards Superman 1. As a matter of fact, I even ordered a box set because Warner Brothers they're being shitty about Superman and won't just put all the different editions in one release like they did with Blade Runner. And I wanted the theatrical cut, honestly. I think the extra stuff in the TV version is really cool, but it's a lot. That's a lot of movie. And then I think there's a Donner cut as well. And if it's as terrible as the Donner cut of Superman 2, then I have no interest in it. So if I've got to pick one, and I had to pick one, I got Superman 1 plus the other 3 Superman movies, as well as Superman Returns, which I don't even want. I'll throw that away or something. But I got 5 Superman movies for $20 on Blu-ray, and they're good releases, but they're region free because they don't put out good releases like that in America for some reason. So anyway, that's what's going on with the commentary. I also have to say one thing. You'll notice throughout the commentary, I refer to RoboCop as taking place in 1997 several times. And it comes across as funny, probably, if you know RoboCop well enough to know that it does not take place in 1997. As a matter of fact, no year is specified. I don't know where my certainty that it took place in 1997 came from, but I have thought that for years. And it's not because I haven't watched the movie a ton, but the movie never specifies. So I don't know where that number came from, where that date came from, but that's what I've thought since 1988 when I first saw it, for some reason. Or at some point, I became convinced of that. And I don't know if maybe it was an in-joke with me and a bunch of my friends, and then it just stuck in my head as a fact for some reason. But whatever the case, I make that reference several times. Just take it as a funny ha-ha, because it kind of does come across that way. But if you look online, there's an insane Robopedia. It's like a RoboCop wiki page that has taken every potential date reference from the film and from the novelization to come up with the fact that RoboCop takes place in November of 2043 to February of 2044, plus or minus a month. They figure this out from cues in the movie, from the book. They state that Sylvester Stallone passed away at the age of, I think it was 95, so they figure that out. Like, it's wild. And it's one of those things where, like, the writer of the movie, whose name I actually cannot remember at the moment. Come on, brain, help me out here. Ed Nuemeier, the writer of the movie, didn't want it to be a specific year. He just wanted it to be the future, which is right. That's how you want to do that kind of thing. So anyway, I apologize for my 1997 business, but I also don't because I think it's kind of funny. So there you go. It's Robovember. We're going to watch RoboCop for the Needless commentary for November. I want to mention to you Theme Park Alchemy. Black Friday is today, actually. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you were able to spend it with family and eat lots of food. I did not because I was at work, but I am off this weekend, and we have lots of cool stuff planned, so I'm okay with it. And also my job, as dismal as it is, does on holidays, like we work holidays, but they do provide food, so I'm speaking to you now in your present, which is my future, but I'm sure they provided a big, huge feast because they're actually pretty good about doing that. So don't worry about my Thanksgiving. And I worked day shift, so I got to go home to the family afterwards, which is really what is important to me. And I stopped at Target today and got jellied cranberry sauce in a can because I got to have some of that, and there's never any left over because my wife will bring me food home from her parents because that's where they'll go, and I'll get some turkey that's probably not great. I'll get some stuffing / dressing, whatever it is, and yams, sweet potatoes. Well, why do these things all have two names? It's ridiculous. They don't put marshmallows in the sweet potatoes. They're not maniacs. So I'll have there's always a good selection of food. There's always plenty to fill me up. But if I want cranberry sauce, that stuff goes fast. Everybody loves it. It's in the shape of a can. It's fantastic. I think that's all I've got. I was going to mention Theme Park Alchemy. Our friends have a Black Friday sale going on. I would imagine it's throughout the weekend, but I'm sure you can go to themeparkalchemy.com and find some awesome scented candles. I have an endorsement at the end of this episode, and actually I think at the end of the last episode as well. So they're great. They're great. Regardless of whether or not you have any familiarity with the theme park rides that they are inspired by, they're wonderful products that smell nice and will make your house smell nice. And especially if you have pets, these can help out with some of those pet smells that we love our pets, but sometimes they have smells that aren't so nice. You guys, I think that's all I've got today. I've worked today. I've got to work tomorrow. I wanted to go ahead and get this thing in the can. Black Friday coming up. Do all your shopping. The Amazon thing, I don't even do anymore because this website doesn't support it. And honestly, it doesn't matter anyway because I think I made like a total of 16 cents off that Amazon partnership anyway. I will be going out for Record Store Day. Me and Phantom Jr. will be hitting a couple of record shops to see what kind of Record Store Day releases. If you want to check those out, you can go to needlessthingspodcast.com. On Wednesday, I ran down my personal favorites of the Record Store Day Black Friday releases. And then we're going to go see Ralph Breaks the Internet. And I agree that it should be Ralph Wrecks the Internet. I don't feel like it would lose any revenue from being called that, but what are you going to do? But I'm excited about it. We're going to go see that, and then Friday night, I don't know, we're probably going to go to Six Flags at some point over the weekend. That'll be awesome, and then we'll put up the Christmas tree and all the decorations, because that is a rule of the house, is that until Thanksgiving is passed, no Christmas stuff. It's not my rule, but I have to respect the rules because I live here. So there you go, and now your rule is to sit down, put in your copy of RoboCop, whether it be VHS, Blu-ray, whatever, and listen along with the Needless Commentary team as we talk about mouse trousers. Okay, so it is time for RoboVember. My original plan was to watch RoboCop, and then I was like, well, everybody should sort of pick a choice. We'll put up a poll.
Democracy's a failed model of anything.
That's really weird how this is your plan the whole time, and then the voting happened, and then you win, and nobody else wins.
What's really funny, though, is the
gerrymandering.
I was towards the end, I was really leaning towards Superman. I never changed my vote.
Superman won, thank you very much.
Superman won,
I originally voted for The Big Lebowski, but I did change my vote to
swing it at the end.
Yeah, because
you were shrieking in agony over the thought of watching a 2.5-hour movie twice.
Yeah, well, that, and also I don't like Superman.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
The character, I know, I'm aware I'm in the minority, and I know we'll get to it eventually, and I will express my displeasure when we.
Well, you guys will get. You guys all have some picks coming up. I think what we've got to do now that the poll is done, RoboCop 1, we would just watch it the first time. We're getting ready to watch it for the official commentary. But I think what we've got to do at this point is we've got to go ahead and put Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Big Lebowski, and definitely Superman 1. Now, although that Superman 1 wasn't your choice, what was your choice? Was something that would be terrible for a commentary.
My choice was something really dumb.
True Grit.
True Grit.
Right.
I don't know why.
So you lose your choice. Yeah. Your choice is Superman 1.
This is what happens when I just operate on stream of consciousness, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, True Grit sounds funny.
No, we can watch Showgirls because it's got that chick from Saved by the Bell in it.
No, that would be terrible. And you know what, Battle Cougar, I think you're officially on the team now. I mean, you kind of have been for a while.
I just sort of hung out until you guys decided you were going to tolerate me.
That's how Ryan
I just keep showing up. Yeah,
is that how you guys are engaged now?
That's how I got engaged.
Yeah. That's how that went down.
I'm just like, I'm not leaving. And he's like, well, I guess we'll get married.
I guess we should just get married.
I'm like, well, shit, all right.
So, if we're not going anywhere, we might as well benefit from a tax perspective.
Whatever.
I'm just tenacious.
Also, not kind of how Theme Park Alchemy started.
So I think what should happen, January, I think we've all already agreed that we need to revisit a Swayze movie. Since this year we watched Next of Kin.
Yeah.
I think we need to have a Swayze movie in January.
I'd
but
like
I think
to kick
for
off
February,
every New Year with
I think Nicole gets her first pick in February.
Yeah. Oh, we can
then
do
from
something
there on
nice
out.
and Valentine-y.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll pick something real romantic.
We all know how your tastes run. Very.
I'm into girly, froofy movies.
Sure. You've Got Mail.
That's a movie.
That movie
I'm
with
be sick
the
that day. I'll be coughing blood again.
that movie with the mailbox in the lake where they're sending letters through time.
Yeah.
That
Lake
one?
House.
Lake? Is
Not
that
that I've seen
is it
that.
called Lake House?
Is that
Why
really
do you
a
know
movie?
that?
He
Wait,
does know
I thought
that.
you were kidding.
I think that
No,
one's
that's
called.
a real movie.
What
And
about You've Got Crabs?
You've
Can
got
we watch that
crabs.
That's the Arian story.
Oh,
That's
you
not
just need a little flea soap.
Just knock it out with the shampoo.
No,
Yeah.
Arian keeps his shit smooth.
Ryan's got a
Right.
seafood allergy, so.
All right, so we've got it. We should probably
Crabs.
we should probably start talking about RoboCop, huh?
I mean,
I'm going to turn the subtitles on though because there are some lines in here that
some classics.
we need to acknowledge. And actually, I think the subtitle of this episode would be Mouse Trousers.
Hell yeah.
Deaf
Never
and hard
used
of
mouse
hearing.
trousers.
That's a very official thing.
Mouse trousers are apparently some kind of medical thing. So, if you're listening at home, it is time to put in your copy of RoboCop, and we are watching the theatrical cut because that's the only one I've got on Blu-ray, and it looks nice. It's okay, but we're starting it
I buy
right
it for
now.
$1.
Solid.
there it starts.
Oh man,
I call shenanigans because I just noticed in one of those shots that it said Taurus LX on the side, and those are clearly Ford Tempos, the worst car that Ford has ever made.
well, it's
that's
you would know
Wasn't there
having
a
worked
Pinto?
for
Yeah, the Pinto
Yeah,
has to be
car
worse than the
thing.
Tempo, dude.
Yeah, I used to work at Car Driver.
The Pinto has to be worse than the Tempo. Come on.
But the Pinto at least has novelty value. The Tempo,
the Tempo's
nobody-
really just a piece of
the
shit.
Tempo's not even a punchline.
Yeah, nobody's ever been like, I really miss my Ford Tempo.
Right.
The
Remember
Tempo-
back when everybody was driving their Ford Tempos around? Nobody
You know,
says that.
what if we took the Taurus and made it anemic? That'll sell a lot. And that's basically what the Tempo
That's a
was.
solid logo.
Yeah, that's nice. The brushed steel
I love that.
is a good look.
Yeah.
3D brushed steel, no less. Man, if they wanted to, instead of remaking this movie with that shitty fuck-ass remake that they made,
I didn't see that, but
good for you.
Neither did I.
I did.
and it's not, honestly, it's not bad, it's just useless. It's just like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake and the
Yeah.
Thing, the Thing
Yeah.
prequel. It's just pointless. Because
Yeah.
it's the whole time, you sit there watching it like, I'd really rather be watching the real one.
yeah.
The catchphrase of this news team is, "You give us 3 minutes, we'll give you the world," and that's how Ryan picked me up.
Heyo!
It's all, 3 minutes is all you need.
Any longer and you're wasting time.
I think-
I got shit to do.
That's a Dale Jepsen song, isn't it? 3 minutes is all you need.
So we've got a wonderful hairdo here. I want to talk a little bit because this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I consider this a perfect movie from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
The pacing, the tone, visually, everything about this movie is absolutely perfect. When I was probably 12 years old, because this came out in 1987, and I recorded it off of HBO, probably a year later, because that's about how long it took for shit to get to cable. I recorded it, and there was a period of time in my life where every single day when I got home from school, I'd watch RoboCop. Like, seriously,
This
every
explains
day.
a lot.
I just adore this movie. And what's funny, though, is until I got because I've got the Criterion Collection DVD upstairs that has the X-rated cut, the theatrical cut, a bunch of extra stuff on it. But until I got that DVD version, there's so many little details I never noticed. The OCP branding on his helmet, all of the kibble all over his suit. Like, there's so many little parts that stick out that when I was a kid, I just didn't notice the detail. And that's one of the big things about Verhoeven is his eye for detail, for creating a world, an era, a look, a type of technology. Like, everything in this movie is
It's got its own tone,
yes.
and he's really, really good at that.
What do you guys now, Sean? You've seen RoboCop before,
I have.
which almost made me
Whoa.
not even want to watch it.
I know. It's so weird.
Where's the fun in that?
There's a whole list of movies, and there were at least 3 of them I've never seen.
Did you see it when you were a kid, or was it?
I know I saw it when I was a kid. I don't remember it because I'm only 4. And I haven't been a kid for very long. But no, I watched it shortly after the new one hit DVD. I was like, you know what? I want to watch the new one, but I haven't seen the old one in a while, so I watched them back to back.
Oh, what a terrible mistake. Well, did you? And look, if anybody did like the remake, it's fine. It's like I said,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
No,
it's just
yeah.
pointless.
It would have been more interesting if they had done
something
like a
different with it.
continuation, or have
I
something
agree.
different.
Yeah.
Or like pick up in this universe, and then
30 years later.
30 years later,
Yeah.
and like, oh, we're going to try this again. We're going to do it right this time, instead of just rehashing the exact same story. Because
Well, and they could have rehashed the same story, but just made it.
Man ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lacked the satire that this one had. It was a little more straight ahead.
Yeah.
In that regard, it was more like a remake of the cartoon.
Very important nipple technology.
Yes.
Yeah, they are
For
putting bulletproof vests directly onto their titty nipples, and it's just like making me ache. I don't like it at all.
Well, I can't even wear a shirt all day without getting a little raw.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
Man,
can't
you got
imagine.
sensitive nipples.
I like Drax, man. It's ridiculous.
Very
He's got strychnine syndrome.
Well, no, I do wear a shirt like 90% of the time still. I tough it out.
But he's
Okay.
got
I
10%
tough it
of
out
the day set
for the
aside
public at
for
large.
You're not Randy
Just
from
nipple
Trailer
freedom.
Park Boys.
But they're just strapping that stuff right on tight, too. There's
Yeah.
no breathing room.
Like
Every move you make.
Your nipples would be
There's-
just like so raw.
And they don't put like no electrical tape, no pasties. This is not Showgirls.
There's
which
no padding.
we'll get to.
No nipple padding at all.
No.
So
Unless there's little divots in there that we can't see.
Right. Little
nipple cups.
Nipple cups.
nipple
There's-
divots. Little
Yeah.
There's
divots.
Snip pockets.
softly padded nip pockets.
Little cotton candy reservoirs to go directly over the nips. We have
little
degenerated
cups
in
of
record
cloud.
time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
You just put your nipples into a cloud.
the nipple cloud.
So, like, this
where I
is
keep
her.
all my
This
eggs.
is her one skill as a cop is that she's like good in a fist fight. Apparently,
Until
Yeah.
later.
Until
She's-
later in
she's
the movie
like-
when it
When,
matters.
when one punch sends her flying off the scaffolding.
yeah, but she was distracted by a monster dong.
That's true. That's very true. All right.
Excuse me when I
That was
whip
a
this
mad-
I
out.
like how the
Nice
police
dick.
station is always full of whores. And I'm not judging them. They're whores.
the
Listen,
world's
man,
oldest
like,
profession.
No, it's-
that's a hard
it's on
job.
their
Don't
resume.
you? Don't
I mean, it
you
says
like
whores.
give them
I'm not.
grief for
It's
the
just-
way that they did
I'm not giving anybody grief. I'm just saying.
blow off steam?
I'm
the
just
war?
saying that a good 60% of
Good
that
Steve.
police station's
Wow.
population is whores every time we see it.
I like that it's set in the not so distant future.
It's 1997.
Yeah, 1997, and yet the precinct looks like it's from the 70s.
Yeah. Well, but so much of it's funny. We'll sit here and watch it. When I was a kid, I did not get that this was satire.
Yeah.
It was just a gory action movie that I thought was just badass, and I didn't pick up on. Later on, we'll get
like
there.
Well, that's the thing. Is like that's why it's such a good movie. Is that you can watch it in many different ways.
You can, if you're a complete
can-
meathead, you can watch it and just think,
like,
"Man,
oh,
that's badass."
Yeah.
Well, RoboCop sure did kill the shit out of people.
But, like if you're, you can pick up on the whole privatization scheme, and
Yeah, you get the plot. You just don't get the
and
nuance.
like and there's like a whole other like different layer of like man and machine and
Real quick,
Frankenstein
we have to
and
point out the
monster.
secret star of the movie.
Oh yeah,
I meant to look the actor's name up.
Oh, I looked it up, and I
Um,
the African American gentleman actor.
the character's name is Johnson.
Johnson, who is the true star of
He's
this
hilarious.
movie. If you,
Yeah.
He really is.
he steals every fucking scene he's in.
like he all of his like facial reactions and mannerisms and shit. He's great.
And it's saying something because looking at the cast surrounding him, like Ronnie
got some-
Cox, fucking amazing.
You get some Miguel Ferrer, who's always great.
Peter
Him as-
Weller, every word he says is dripping robo-sex.
Felton Perry.
Felton Perry,
Yeah.
He
who
looks like a
we all
Felton
know
Perry.
from,
RoboCop 1, 2, and 3.
yeah, exactly.
At one point, his mother had a baby and held this newborn, tiny little infant and said, "Welcome to the world, Felton."
Felton.
Yeah.
Oof.
She gave him a little kiss.
Still want to know what's going on with this tiny
Look at his
teeth.
face! Gosh,
perfect.
everything he does, he's wonderful.
Oh yes, I should clap.
So here we have the old man,
Yeah.
who is disgusted with Detroit. And speaking of facial expressions, like when he's talking
why
about
wouldn't you
Detroit
be?
has a cancer,
Yeah.
he just looks like he's going to throw up on the table. It's so good.
Dick.
So, Sean, we had to take a departure, a nipple trek, if you will, while you were discussing.
Totally fair.
I don't remember where we left you with your RoboCop recollection.
I watched both of them. I watched the remake and this one back to back, and it didn't. When I was a kid, I wasn't picking up on the satire and all that stuff, and I also wasn't realizing how much of a cyberpunk movie this was. You know, it was just sci-fi, and at the time in the 80s.
Well, it does kind of blindside you that the movie about the cyborg guy would have cyberpunk elements.
Go figure. Well, technically, in my defense, cyberpunk as a genre didn't exist in '87. It didn't come out until a few years later when William Gibson wrote Neuromancer, and then it was like, oh, that's a thing. And then after reading a lot of those books and then going back and watching this, I was like, oh, this is kind of ahead of its time with all sorts of prescient shit. And cyberpunk, and I just killed the whole conversation.
Thank you.
So nipple tracks.
Back to nipples. Clearly, you have not read The Room, Sean.
I just read cyberpunk fiction.
Ryan, I'm sure you've seen
What do you
this.
think of nipple
Yeah.
tracks?
I had a RoboCop toy when I was a kid. I believe I have vague
Neuromancer came out in '84. You liar.
Oh shit! All right, that's correct.
We don't. None of us care about Neuromancer. Let's
It's a
move
great
on.
book.
Anyway. Anyways, yeah. No, I had a RoboCop toy. It was the one that you could remove the helmet, which I thought was awesome. And I think at one point I lost the helmet, and I was super annoyed because he just didn't have a helmet, and that kind of sucked.
Like, it's awesome that the helmet comes off, but he does look kind of dipshitty without the helmet.
Oh, yeah. So when he just didn't have a helmet, I was like,
Right.
this toy sucks now. I'll throw this away.
And it was like 5-inch scale, so it's not like you could take a G.I.
Yeah.
Joe helmet and put it on there.
Yeah, I think I would play with my, like, Star Wars toys and RoboCop. Like, he went pretty good with them, but...
All right,
Can we talk about this nose?
we got to
thing that
talk
just
about the
happened?
nose
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
I would like to hear, Nicole, what you think the conversation was when he asked for a take with nose business.
He's like, could you do something with your nose? I mean, anything. You take the 2 or 3 fingers, not 1 finger, just like 2 or 3, and just rub them alongside your nose.
Well, you've got to do the outrageous Paul Verhoeven accent. So it would have been, all right, I need you. What we need is nose actions. You're sitting at the table, and all we need is just take your 3 fingers and run them up your nose.
Can you?
That's
do like
good. I
cocaine?
like it. Do it again more.
Like, why was that in the movie? I don't understand why. Just
Some-
him
That was
rubbing
the
his
best
nose.
take.
Somebody made that call.
Yeah.
Somebody made the call
Somebody
that
was like,
was...
no, instead of just sitting still and looking at Ed 209, do something with your hand.
Yeah.
Can you do
Oh,
something with your
okay.
hand and your nose?
So we got to mention the X-rated take of the movie that is much more violent, which seems insane.
The fact that this could be more violent because they turn him into meatloaf.
This scene is...
He can do anything.
I want to say it's a good 20 seconds longer
It's so amazing.
in the X-rated version.
It's like,
I love how they cut away and then go back and shoot him more.
why even bother trying to power it down?
The old man's so
He's
just
embarrassed.
Just disappointed because
He's disappointed,
it all
you're right.
happened on his model.
Yeah. On his New Detroit or whatever it's called.
Delta City.
Delta City.
Yes. You got blood all over my Delta City.
So you mentioned, Ryan, that you had a RoboCop action figure.
Yeah.
Which seems completely fucking insane that this movie would spawn a cartoon and a toy line and whatever else. And
And the
the
Sega
thing
game.
is, that happens all the time now. But back then, it was still kind of weird. Well, no, it really wasn't, because Rambo had a toy line.
Toxic
cartoon.
Avenger.
Toxic Avenger.
Toxic Avenger. Well, Toxic Crusaders came.
The-
That was like 90s, though.
The late
that was like
80s.
1990.
The
It
late
was-
80s was when like pretty much everything started to get toys.
Well,
if it had been the early 80s, it would have been weirder.
Well, Rambo came out in 85. The Rambo cartoon was 86, and the toy line was 86. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that might have been the
It's like
first one.
Mid.
Well, no, because Kenner in 79 was trying to put out an Alien figure.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
did. I guess
Yeah,
that
they
did.
did.
That came out.
And then we had the
mid
Chuck
to late
Norris.
80s.
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos, but
Commandos.
that wasn't... That
That
wasn't
was
based on a
more wholesome
specific
now. Yeah.
rated R thing, though.
Yeah, that's true.
This movie
That was
is
just
not
Chuck
appropriate
Norris.
for children.
No, not in any
For
way.
the record.
No.
I watched it.
There's
Pretty good
cocaine
bit.
and
Yeah, but you're
titties
fucked
and...
up.
Wow.
Right.
You're right.
And titty and cocaine on titties.
Yeah.
Just just like God intended?
That's how you get to the nipple clout.
There is one scene that includes cocaine, titties, a man getting shot to shit, and then blown up.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
a grenade.
And another man saying, "Bitches leave."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Best
so
line in this
inappropriate
Right. That
for a
one
child
scene,
to see.
It's
That's like the worst scene in a movie ever.
And I
By which I
saw-
mean greatest.
the whole
I
scene
saw
is the
this
reason
in the
for ratings.
theater with my dad.
Oh, wow.
Like, because this came out, I think, I want to say summer of 87.
Yeah.
And this was when my parents were split up, so like...
Oh.
We'd
Dad
spend
points.
summers with Dad, and he would take us to see cool shit
Right.
that, like, Mom would get pissed about when she heard about it, which was probably half the reason he did it.
Don't tell your
Piss her
mother.
off.
Go get some popcorn during this scene.
You know, I'm surprised that nobody has released any TJ Laser merchandise.
Oh
With
my
all the like
God.
bootleg shirts and shit that come
Yeah,
out,
how
has
is that?
nobody done? You had our
Yeah, I might just
Master
go
of-
by TJLaser.com.
master of internet ceremonies. What we need is a TJ Laser scented candle.
I mean...
Yes.
What does TJ Laser smell like?
It's
Fucking sex and lasers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very really TJ Laser has
So
a Twitter.
burned hair and semen.
What a who doesn't want their home to smell like burned hair and semen?
There's apparently a
Mine-
South
mine
Carolina
already
band
does.
called TJ Laser.
The sad part is, like, I don't think we've been drinking a whole lot, but we...
No, this
Look,
is.
do we
I'm
ever
on
have to drink a lot?
I'm
to
on
come up
beer
with
number-
good ideas?
2 1/3 now.
I had 3 sips of Ryan's PB&J beer.
Yeah, that PB&J is strong though.
It's good.
That's great. All right, so we're in the Ford Tempo, which upsets Sean terribly, and another fantastic line and scene is about to come up. Lots of quotable lines in this movie. I
Oh,
love,
yeah.
"Can you fly, Bobby?" I can't meet somebody named Bobby without saying, "Can you fly, Bobby?"
The
But
crow
he's
was
so
too
damn good.
Yeah, there's some lines in this that have kind of just entered like everyone's common like vernacular.
I'd buy that for $1.
To the point where
Sure.
people might say it and they
And
even
now
realize
you know
where it
it's from
comes
Yeah.
from.
RoboCop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I'd
think
buy
I'll
that for $1.
$1 is just
For
a
sure.
thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't even think about it being from RoboCop until we're sitting here watching this.
Right.
It's like, oh damn, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's just a
I will sometimes, like, with friends that I've known for forever, like, when it's time to leave, I'll say, "Bitches leave." Because I'm that guy.
I just noticed, all right,
Yeah.
on our first run through, I noticed that her cop car.
It has, like, it gets shot up, and then there's a scene of it not shot up.
No. The license plate is a
Fly,
barcode.
Oh, is
yeah.
it?
And I
Ah.
just noticed it's on the truck, too, has a barcode license plate. So
And
look
that's
at
kind of smart.
what a little detail
Yeah.
that Verhoeven put in there.
Everything's a product.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
dystopian future, including RoboCop.
Yeah, see, barcode on the license plate. I noticed it right, and I never noticed it before watching this movie at least 100 times
Oh,
or
Bobby.
more.
Poor Bobby didn't make it.
And I am going to not like point out all of the shit that public safety people wouldn't actually do in the upcoming moments.
Well,
Yeah,
this
but
is
it's the future.
This is the future. This is the world of RoboCop.
Yeah.
This is a deregulated future where everything's privatized.
Yeah.
We can do anything. We could have monkey knife fights at sea.
I wish.
Well, I mean, I just talking about
Well, you can do
fun.
that anyway. That's international waters.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, you give a monkey a knife and it's going to start a fight. That's just nature.
I believe that.
Well, that's right after it writes Shakespeare, isn't it? What they do?
No, you need
Yeah.
100
Typewriter?
monkeys.
Monkeys and
You
typewriters.
need 100 monkeys with typewriters.
It'd be
Oh,
way...
yeah.
Monkey with a typewriter just sounds way less interesting than monkey with a knife,
Anything's more interesting in a knife fight.
I'd say.
By the way, for those that are interested, my new side band, Monkey with a Knife, will be playing.
What's your regular band? If that's your side band.
You can hear all about his band on
He performs.
Rad Ranger's Radical
Yeah,
Radcast with
yeah.
Ryan.
I like that this gentleman clearly gets his vitamins in.
He's
And
a
has
really
great
accomplished
control.
pisser, yeah.
Yeah.
He does his kegels.
He
Turns it
stops
right
on
off.
demand.
He's got some weird
Mind if I
spotty
zip this
camouflage.
Want to see my huge dong?
I mean, she
Excuse
does.
me while I whip this out.
And there was a little
You
smile
know
too.
She got dong-stracted.
They just
Zipping
resist
and laughing.
getting distracted by giant dongs all the time.
That's why we send so many dick pics.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's why women can't be cops. Because they're always getting distracted by giant dongs.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, so many people go.
That's how I get out of all my cop trouble. is
You're
I whip
like-
my
That's
dick
why
out.
when I go rob a bank, I don't wear pants.
Can I zip this up first?
I just don't wear pants. I don't even bother with a ski mask. I just don't wear pants.
Right, you're like, just put the money in the bag and I'll get out
And
of
when
here.
the lady cops show
Tuck the
up,
money under my balls.
yeah, absolutely. So we have Emil here watching the show that we don't even know the name of.
But it's
Like,
the
does this show
funniest
have a name?
shit ever. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, everyone
It's
laughs
I'd buy that
way
for a
too
dollar.
hard at
Way
it.
too hard.
Which, when I was a kid, I was like, "This isn't really funny. Why are they? Why are grown-ups laughing so hard
And
at
you
this?"
still don't know why.
And but now that's the point: is it's dumb shit on
Yeah.
television, and they're just
Part of the
responding.
satire.
Yeah.
No.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Okay. Now, fortunately, Leland Palmer, Ray
not gonna
Wise,
have this.
is not here to get killed by the cops. And when I met Ray Wise at Days of the Dead, I had him sign a picture of his character from RoboCop. It's currently behind the screen we have down, or I'd show everybody.
Yeah.
Actually, all my RoboCop shit is behind the screen right now.
I've seen that before. I didn't actually meet Ray Wise at Days of the Dead. Also, I don't usually go in for meeting celebrities. Like, the one celebrity I've ever met that I just totally freaked out about was Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall.
That makes sense.
I made a noise that alarmed him. Like,
Was
when
he-
I noticed it was him. I was like, and he, like, turned around. Because, like, I bet, like, he's like, it's a nerdy white guy.
Yeah,
That
yeah, he knew.
it was
He
a
knew.
great influence upon in their formative years. I should turn around and say nice things to him. He was
Yes.
very nice. He was very pleasant.
Where was that? At, like,
It was at the
warehouse?
airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you
'Cause
saw a bunch of people in
yeah,
there, right?
I saw Batista was actually
Oh,
nice.
nice.
All right, that's not how you use a gun.
No, it's
Much more efficient.
much like Stonehenge.
That's not how that
That's not
works.
how guns work.
How's your Stonehenge book coming, Sean?
I've got 3 words.
Not how works?
Yeah.
Stonehenge.
Not how it
That.
works,
That, okay.
By
Stonehenge is one word, Sean.
Sean.
Well, I'm already fine.
You don't even know how the word Stonehenge works.
It's gonna be a bestseller, I'm telling you.
Okay, let's talk about how awesome, I can't ever remember Red Foreman's real name.
Red Foreman.
He's so fucking evil in this.
Oh yeah, he's
He
great.
really is.
And this scene, it's, again, looking back when I was a kid, to me, this was just like, oh, big action entertainment. It's,
Yeah.
you know, I was surprised at how bloody
This
it
is
was. But now, this is, I mean, it's fucked up.
brutal.
Oh, it's
These
really
guys
fucked
are
Well, like-
laughing and, like,
Yeah.
having a
Like,
great
all the-
time. And
all
then his
the-
hand fucking explodes.
Yeah.
All the violence in
Shoots his
Verhoeven
fucking
movies
hand off.
is like,
It's meant to evoke a
like,
reaction.
It's really, really graphic.
It's
And
overdone
that-
and
That also, like, it felt like that could have been the classic scene where they're about to shoot him, but they're joking
Yeah.
around, and
Yeah,
then
but
somebody
yeah.
steps in,
somebody sees
Yeah.
but then
him.
he actually gets shot. And I remember that shocking the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
Because that's when you know, like, this is not that sort of world.
Yeah,
yeah, this isn't the world where the good guys like narrowly get away.
no.
Yeah, well,
This is-
and, you know, he shoots his hand off, and then, you know, he's like, staggering away, and then they turn it up to, like, 15.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, fucking, there's
They
his
turn
arm,
him into
and then-
literal mincemeat.
Yeah.
Although these are some pussy ass shotguns.
Yeah.
Because there should be nothing left of him
Yeah.
after
I
getting
guess
shot
the-
23 times.
I guess the vest is taking a lot of it, but
That nipple tech
that's what it
That's
is.
right.
Yeah,
It's
protecting
nipple.
him.
You've got to
I
protect
mean,
them nips.
yeah. The future nipple tech is really advanced.
Protect
but
your nip.
God damn.
You
That's
best
what Wu-Tang
protect your
said.
tits. You best protect your tits.
And that,
Why does
That's-
he look like he's about to turn into a werewolf there?
because it's Stan Winston. Stan Winston did that effect. That's a fake head so they could do the full
Yeah.
shot of going around and showing his head blow out.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks
And like
Total
American
Recall,
Werewolf.
American Werewolf in
Yeah.
London.
Yep,
like
yep.
they're great looking, but they're still that
You can tell,
Yeah.
yeah.
fake.
Yeah.
But
But
for
it's-
the time, it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like we almost went into another weirder movie like Robo Wolf Cop.
Oh my gosh! Well, let's.
And let's please make that movie.
He gets
I'm glad we
shot
did that.
so much he turns into a wolf.
Werewolf.
Oh man!
Who's immune to silver bullets.
But
Oh,
I definitely I can't endorse any use of Wolf Cop though.
That movie was not as good as it should have been.
No, it disappointed the
Yeah.
shit out of me.
I really wanted that to be cool.
Well,
The
Robo Wolf Cop.
Wolf
is much
guy
better.
was better, and there wasn't even a fucking wolf in it.
I know,
Yes.
but they did have a pretty wicked fight at the end.
Yeah,
But nothing really happened in that movie.
no,
There's a
very
fight.
little
It was a
happened.
very slow.
So, all of these medical personnel are already covered in blood before they get here,
Yes.
and
Well,
none of them
It's
are wearing
Detroit.
gloves.
They're covered
Yeah.
in blood all the time.
And that's why they say, fuck gloves, we're all gonna
Yeah.
die anyway.
Look,
Yeah.
she's got intestines hanging out of her.
We've got, but their shoes are covered.
Well, you want to
Don't
be
think-
You don't want to get the floor dirty. You
Priority.
Oh, yeah, you're
priority,
right.
Sean. Come on now.
Do you
Damn
just
it.
walk around your house without little rubber booties
Yeah,
on?
there's one person
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
gloves and everybody
All
else.
the time.
Yeah, normally.
So wait, are you saying it's weird that I make you guys put these little booties on every time
Yeah,
you come over?
I've been meaning to ask you about
Yeah.
that. Why?
That's why we all have to sit really still during a podcast. Sorry, Dave. I hope you can edit that out.
Oh
I don't
man.
know. I just, I figure you didn't want me to leave footprints in case we have to commit murders.
If we ever end up having a new the TJ Laser needs a figure, needs a T-shirt,
Yeah.
needs a a show poster.
TJLaser.com is not available, unfortunately.
In
Damn
the unlikely event that we ever bring anybody new over here again, I think we need to invest in some little foot covers
Just
Yes.
play
and
along.
all be wearing them. And when they show up, be like,
How
"Hey,
do
what's
you?"
up? Here you go."
Here's your foot
And
cover.
It's totally normal.
right.
Can you just go scuff up the man's floor? You just a savage? Come on.
Scuff up his carpet. This nice, all this nice
Yeah,
carpet.
yeah.
Dogs pee on this. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, this is for your protection.
Yeah.
This is so you don't get dog pee on your shoes. So we've got big bloody pools of messy, nasty
Mouth
shit.
trousers.
We've got this guy with his glasses and his mustache.
Badass mustache.
He doesn't look like a doctor. He looks like a bar piano player.
It looks like
And
Joey
an old
Ryan's
saloon.
cousin.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around in this movie, though.
That guy looks like he's from Red Dead Redemption.
I'm going to play that game again someday.
I don't know. I can't get into it. I couldn't get into the first one.
I just haven't
The
had
second
time to. Yeah, I couldn't get into the first one, but this one, it's got me. I just don't have time to sit down and do it.
Oh yeah, that's why I took it off for a couple days this week to play it.
So this is confusing because she's rotating it for some reason.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense
Yeah, I
in the
think
context of RoboCop's helmet. Here's
God,
what
the glasses.
what I'm thinking is that this is them setting up the system, and once they get everything programmed, maybe this is a screen on his face.
Maybe,
for
yeah.
them to program and just check his visuals and do everything else.
monitor.
And
Yeah.
once that's done, he gets the visor.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, because later the visor
There
gets
he is.
shot and you see his eye.
Yeah. Once again, stealing the scene. Look at him.
Way to go,
Lose the arm.
Felton.
Felton.
Felton
Felton.
Perry.
And then he looks at her and smiles. He's like, "I was right." Ha.
Yeah, of course he was.
Yeah.
Do it, big glasses.
She has nothing but glasses and shoulder pads.
Oh,
She's like
man.
a caricature.
I'm really aroused right now by that description.
Ew.
I know how you get turned on by shoulder pads.
That's my thing.
And giant
Glasses.
Sally Jesse Raphael glasses.
Oh, she just took her glasses off.
That's
Well, she's hideous
I have
now. Put them
completely
back on.
lost
Put them
interest.
back
Damn
on.
it,
She
come
looks-
on.
She doesn't look like a scientist.
She looks like Joe McEnroe.
We are not
John
going to the
McEnroe.
fashion bug if you don't put your glasses back on.
Fashion bug. Wow. I
That
worked near
The
one of those.
Dress barn.
Dress barn.
I have a dress barn credit card.
Get out of
Oh
here.
my god.
Look
I
at
had
these.
to buy a suit once.
Look at
Oh
these-
my gosh,
look at
that's
these drunk
awesome.
fuckers. They want to party with RoboCop. She wants to party with RoboCop.
She's like, yeah, I'm gonna put this crown on your head.
So I mentioned before the Triple X cut, or not Triple X, the X-rated cut, which the Triple X cut.
Hey, that's a whole other thing.
That's when that scene goes on at least 5-6 more minutes, or 3 minutes, I guess, because that's all you need.
That's all you need.
No, the X-rated cut, which the reason it's X-rated is because this was pre-NC-17, and
X was all they had.
Right, and this was initially, because of the violence, got an X rating, and they had to cut it down to get the R that it was released to theaters with. And the X rating is, like I said, this is shockingly violent as is, but the X just extends. Like, there's so many scenes that are just...
I've never seen that cut.
They go on. I'm hoping somebody will put out a Blu-ray that includes the X cut.
I want to say one of the sites is streaming at like Prime or Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, I think Amazon Prime has the I think you're right.
I need to watch that.
I think you're right.
Huh.
So I just noticed this when it popped up, in spite of the millions of times I've seen the movie. But when he first boots up, they actually throw a bunch of random computer commands. One of them is command.com, which is the actual first thing that loads in the boot sequence for old MS-DOS computers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the part that loads that actually puts the operating system into memory.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, they put an actual computer thing in there.
That's funny as shit.
Also, RoboCop runs on MS-DOS.
Yeah.
Well, and they wheel, like, this machine in here before he comes in, and it looks remarkably like a ventilator. Like...
Oh, yeah.
What you would put, a machine for them to breathe. I don't know why RoboCop...
Is that like a portable iron lung?
Sort of, not
No,
sort of.
not at all.
No, I mean, like,
That's
when
okay.
someone's intubated, you hook them up to a ventilator and it breathes.
When they're what?
When they have a tube in there, it's fine.
No, I'm interested.
But it looks like, that thing looks like a vent in like a hospital, and I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be, but...
It's the most janky GPS, too.
I wish I was a gazillionaire so I could buy all of the Hot Toys RoboCop products.
That's poop.
Look, here it comes again. Look at him. I don't care what anybody else in this scene is doing. Look at him.
He's perfect.
He's eating the shit out of this.
He's got the best smile, too.
Like,
he's just like...
great.
He does. He has the best...
He's the best.
The best.
The best.
So
I'm the best, man.
Hot Toys did RoboCop with the chair.
Oh, shit.
They did Officer Murphy. They did a battle damage RoboCop. Like, they've done a shit ton of different RoboCop figures. And they all, it's Hot Toys.
They're all $300.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the one with the chair is like $800 or some shit.
Jesus. Chairs don't come cheap.
They don't.
Especially Japanese manufactured chairs. Get out of my face, you weaselly fuck.
I love that the silver, has that, purpley tint to it.
It's a little irritating.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing. Fourth. Locked out. Well, it's coming out.
Yeah, they get there. The...
Classified.
That bluish tint, and a lot of the toys never got that right. As a matter of fact, even the newest NACO one, which is functionally the best figure, is too silver. It doesn't have enough blue in it.
It's got like a little blue tint.
But it's very faint. The McFarlane one that came out years ago it actually looks much more accurate.
Oh yeah, I had
It's
that
good
one.
a figure.
Yeah, but he was super stiff.
Yeah. Actually, I've got a giant 16-inch one or something up there.
That's what she said.
That's that's what Leon had. That's why Lewis just went careening over the side.
I was actually going to say, they're showing her shooting, and she's like a crack shot. In every scene that doesn't include a giant dong, she's a great cop.
Yeah, it's about her being a badass.
As soon as there's a dick out, she's done.
Yeah.
Well, who can blame her?
I can relate. As soon as there's a dick out, I'm like, what?
I'm so
all of my
distracted
skills
right
go out the window.
This is over.
I don't know what to do anymore. That guy was very Crispin Glovery.
Yeah, he was.
Never noticed that before. I wish he'd started dancing in a very uncoordinated manner.
That's one of the greatest scenes ever shot on film.
Yeah, it is. And and the fact that he's not dancing to that song, he's actually dancing to, isn't it like an AC/DC song?
Is that why it looks so janky?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they couldn't license the song for the movie.
So they just picked some
So they
random
just
song.
put in that, whatever random ass 80s band that you never heard from again.
That was not on beat with how he was dancing at all.
Right.
Yeah, but what he was doing was not going to be on beat
Right.
with any music.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
not
known
appropriate
universe.
because you can
Yeah.
play.
That's true.
It's like Back in Black or something like that.
Yeah.
You can play it over the scene, and it's like that still doesn't work.
It's still bad.
What time signature are you on?
But it's Crispin Glover. What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah,
He's an odd dude.
he's perfect.
He's doing his own thing.
He drives on lots of bridges.
Yeah.
He's
I'll
always on
buy
a bridge.
that
It's
for
very-
$1.
It's very scenic to be on a bridge. Look at
Guys,
those lighters. Look at those great giant lighters and all those Marvel comics. I'm gonna have to pause that and send it to Dinosaur Dracula
Yeah.
so he can do an article about
You read
all
it,
the
you bought
comic
it.
books.
Oh,
Yeah.
he would. Be like a detailed breakdown of every comic on that shelf.
Let's take a look at the convenience store from
This
RoboCop.
guy
And I
pulls
love
out
it.
a
We're not.
Fucking
Oh, yeah.
30-foot long gun out of his
Oh
pocket.
no, I will read the shit out of that.
But again, that's another one of those satirical things where this guy's just walking around with this ridiculous automatic weapon.
Yeah.
The safe did change colors.
Nah, it's the shelf behind it. I got confused the first time too, but it's a red shelf behind
You're right.
it. Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
It does totally
Did you say
look.
you right?
I did.
You right.
Oh my
You're right.
goodness.
That's what the youths are saying.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
pretty sure it's just like us that are saying
I think
that.
it's just us.
I don't think it's the used.
If it is, they stole it from us.
Utes.
Yeah.
There's so
I
many
think
trucker hats in
we
there.
left our Utes behind a while ago.
I mean, that's like a World War II gun or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of
He's just like,
old
fuck
ass
me, fuck
weird.
me.
He just keeps yelling, fuck me. I
Yeah.
guess he just needs to get laid, is what he's
And
saying.
it's weirder seeing
Don't we
it
all?
in print than
Yeah.
hearing
Right.
him say it.
Fuck me. Fuck me.
Yeah, it's like
Fuck me.
this movie just got different.
This is a whole other thing now.
It's rating.
Yeah, is this the triple?
It's all about the way he says it.
Right. Yeah, it's his inflection
Yeah.
that's important.
It's way different. He's like, fuck me.
Yeah. It just reads poorly. Look at her uncomfortable
yelling.
belt. Why would anybody ever wear a belt that points down like that? Like as soon as you sit down, you're gonna like stab your
The jingle.
yeah. Well, as we all know, there's more hair down there.
I mean, it rhymed, so it has to be true.
Yeah.
You know these guys are punkers because they have a ponytail and
And
bleached hair.
fringe on their jeans
Yeah.
jackets.
I feel like one of those guys has done other like he's acted in things and you're like, yeah, but he was one of the rapey guys in RoboCop. Like I feel like one of them has had a career beyond this.
They both look like they were guys that could have been in any
Roadhouse.
Steven Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, just got their asses beat.
Yeah.
Henchman number 2.
Well, and I think that's what it is that like one of them's career wasn't that.
Right.
Like
And you were like, what?
but I don't know, neither one of them looked familiar.
Hey, remember that time RoboCop shot that dude in the dick?
For the record, I think my mom had that skirt.
Well, it does not handle gunshots well.
I
know.
I think we had a tablecloth that looked like that skirt.
Her wig is not good.
No.
No.
Well, they did slice it up with the knife.
Yeah.
She's got hair down there.
And then they
Well, I mean,
pulled
the
it
wig
off.
started out
Center.
not good.
Yeah, it started out. It
Yeah,
started out
yeah.
bad. They should have just paid her a little extra and cut her
They're-
natural hair.
Yeah.
They should just cast somebody that wanted a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are ways around these things.
They put an ad in the newspaper like, looking for a free,
Free
haircut?
haircut?
Yeah.
Want to be in a
Be a
movie?
RoboCop.
Note: haircut will be done with a gigantic Bowie knife.
You'll probably need another haircut afterwards that we're not going to pay for.
Yeah, this
but
will not be the final product haircut.
Yeah.
It
comes
will
in-
be
it comes
shorter
in
than it
stages.
was.
I like the little reporter microphones that look like CO2 cartridges. I had to explain.
Fuck that tape.
RoboCop is like, tape does not apply to robots.
I had to explain whippets to somebody at work the other day.
Oh, God.
They didn't know about, like, crackers or balloons or any of that.
I don't know about crackers.
I don't know about
I know
crackers.
about crackers.
Talking about Ritz?
No, the little plastic things.
Toll House?
So, Whippet, Sean.
I know what whippets are.
You know, little
That's
CO2
good.
Yeah,
little-
CO2 cartridges, yeah.
Well,
Crackers are you put them in and then put a balloon on the end of it and twist it,
Twist it.
and it cracks the thing
fill
open.
the balloon up and then you
Then-
breathe. And
then
No,
you
I've
huff
seen people
it.
do that in movies. And
Then
stuff.
you
It's
huff
really
it.
dumb. It literally
Yeah.
kills brain cells.
Yeah.
Like every
It's
single
just
time.
like taking a cigarette to your brain. Just do
Most
that.
of the Nimrods I knew that did
But
that
more
kind of
fun.
thing were more
Yeah.
into, like,
but it's
the whipped cream cans.
that's for
Whippets.
amateurs. If
I
you
tried
really
to
want
do
to kill
whippets
some
when
brain
I
cells.
was a kid, but I just ended up eating whipped cream, and I was so okay with
And you're like, this is the best drug in the world.
Like, yeah,
I
I'm
tried-
into
I
whippets.
tried it, but I did it with Cool Whip, and it didn't work as good.
You open up the side of the thing and we're like, I'm not getting anything off of this.
I just keep getting Cool Whip up my nose.
I guess I'll eat the whole thing.
This is weird without
I
pie.
can't let it go to waste now.
I really do love Cool Whip.
Oh no, that's Cool
Oh,
Whip's.
yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a great diet treat.
Oh, it's great.
Put that shit in the freezer. It's almost like ice cream when you're really, really, really desperate for something that's
Ice cream?
not. Yeah.
Do you prefer Cool Whip or whipped cream?
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip?
Cool Whip.
No,
Cool.
I'm a
no,
whipped cream
no,
person. I
no
like
Family
fried
Guy,
can.
no Family Guy references in here. Bad Sean. Am I gonna have to get the squirt bottle?
Get the, throw salt on him, like Gale the Snail.
Always Sunny references are fine.
Yeah, that's acceptable. As is Dark Knight Returns references, which this very clearly was.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
Except, of course, for the part where RoboCop kills that guy. Because, as we all know, Batman does not kill people. Mostly.
Unless he feels like it.
Unless he really, really
Doesn't
does.
like that guy.
Unless he has to. Or
I don't
wants
like
to.
this guy.
Unless
at
he
all.
runs over his face with a Batmobile.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's true.
They're touching his robo nipples.
Or throws him, like...
Well,
down
Yeah,
on
those
the
kids
ceiling.
are a little handsy.
If you had a chance, you'd touch his robo nipples too.
I would.
Stop lying.
I would
I wish
start
they-
with his robo nipples.
If Joel Schumacher had directed this movie, he would have robo nipples.
Oh, he would have like
Oh,
the
yeah.
most glorious robo nipples.
If
ever.
there were little guns in them.
Oh my
That would
god!
be
It
the
would be
best.
like Austin Powers.
Or, no, better yet, they're little robo nipples.
Yes,
But
this is one of the Pakistan
This
is
is
threatening
threatening
my
my border. That's it, Buster. No more military aid. Okay, so he's got the robo nipples, but they're not guns. What they are is a secret device where if he gets like into trouble, they go boop and fall off, and they're little grenades.
Yes. Explosive robo nipples.
Or you get dark with them.
Smoke
They're like
coming out of
cyanide
them.
tablets.
They could use them as landmines, like they could fall off and like expand and.
Let's give it up for Casey Wong.
Oh,
Casey
yeah.
Wong,
Casey Wong.
finest reporter in
Yeah.
Detroit.
I like that Lisa Gibbons was in this with playing Lisa Gibbons, but with a totally different name. Like
Yeah, she's
like,
just
I'm,
herself.
I'm just
but
playing my character, like
she's-
my own person.
Jazzy Walton or whatever her stupid name is.
So
Handball.
I don't know what her name is, but
I
I'm going to call her
bet.
Jazzy Walton.
Nicole pointed out that the Chioda brothers do the car commercial at the end.
The suck.
Oh, do they?
6,000
Yeah.
suck commercial.
Oh, I didn't
So
know that.
I'm
That's
wondering
great.
if all the commercials are different, like other directors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The executive lounge.
Right? Oh, look at that. Dick
Oh,
Jones
he's pooping.
taking a dumper.
What's the point of the clear wall between
Everybody
the urinals?
poops.
Because it's
Oh, it's a pee shield?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
pea shield.
It's a pea shield, but it has to be clear so you can see how big everybody's dick is.
It's a
Well, it's
magnifying glass so that you get a little envy when you look over to your
That
left.
drives
or right.
me. That drives me crazy though. Is like when you go into a restroom and the pea shield, like put that fucker from floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
Extend it out 4 feet. Like I don't need to have a conversation with anybody. I don't
Like
need
that.
like
Like,
encouragement.
that. I'm not.
Yeah,
like,
no.
talking
You
to
shut your
someone.
mouth when I'm peeing. I'm
Right.
going to punch you.
Yeah.
Or I'm pissing on your shoe.
Everybody my age pees the pants. It's the coolest.
Peeing your pants is cool. Consider me Miles Davis.
I'm also trying to figure out why isn't he in the executive washroom? Like, he's a big wig. He should have his own shitter.
Because he's down there for this reason. He's listening to the peons.
Yeah.
Also-
literally.
He didn't wipe.
No,
No.
Oh, he didn't wipe. He hasn't washed his hands.
No.
Oh,
He's gonna run his
His
fingers
face
through his hair.
is covered with duty.
And look, he's talking about assholes.
Yeah.
All right, so
what did
you
you say,
guys
boner?
have you
Boner.
guys
Iron
iron
boner.
butt?
Iron butt.
When you've got an iron butt, you don't need to wipe.
Wow.
It just
Have you
slides
guys
right
seen
off.
the video of the guy explaining how to use one piece of toilet paper?
What?
No.
Oh,
No, but he should be taken in the street and caned.
Oh, we're gonna have
Oh
to. We're gonna have to watch that. It's
I
just like a
disagree.
minute. We'll have to watch that when this is over.
Why?
Oh, it's horrifying, and he's so proud of himself the whole time.
It's not the depression, man.
Oh,
You just-
jeez,
you
oh, it's
crazy, man.
it's depressing, all right.
You make a goddamn glove of that shit, and you just...
One square of toilet paper. This
Oh
man.
my god.
Thanks.
Even
better
Clark
have a
Howard
bidet.
uses more than one square.
It's coarse as shit.
Yeah, but it's probably only two.
Yeah.
If I get to the point where I have to be worried about like how many squares of
Yeah,
toilet
way
paper I'm
bigger
using,
problems at that point.
Yeah, like I'm done. I'm checking out.
But that's what I'm saying is this guy doesn't have problems because one roll of toilet paper lasts him like a year.
Maybe there's a
You
bidet.
can get a roll of toilet paper for like
Poop hair. No, there's no bidet because you can see the toilet paper
Oh, it's so
that he
bad.
didn't use.
Oh, gross.
Oh god, stop it, Captain Poop Hands.
This movie's taking on a whole new connotation now.
You better. That unholy. Your unholy monster already killed someone.
And now he just walks out of the bathroom.
Yeah, but that guy
Never.
needed killing. You know?
Never washes his hands. And now he's touching
Yeah,
the
but
door
that,
handle.
that's a power play.
There's
And
poop
that-
everywhere.
That's true.
There's
That's
Yeah,
poop
he did that on
everywhere.
Yeah.
He is literally shitting up that whole.
But
What's
you know,
up,
you
what's
know,
up,
they never-
science dorks?
They never talk again about the dude who died. Like, that guy must have been super not important. Because later, when it's revealed that he killed someone in the office,
Awkward,
it's like, oh my
awkward
God.
leg. I have to point out awkward.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. That's there's no.
They don't give
That,
a shit.
that
Yeah.
was just a second floor window. That dude could have lived. With, like, severe injuries.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the guy who got shot in the beginning.
Yeah, the guy that Ed killed.
But that Ed killed him, yeah. Like,
Nah.
nobody gives a shit.
He had
Well,
just
yeah.
been promoted from the mailroom, so he was expendable.
Yeah. Let's be real.
That's his
Everybody's expendable in
That's
this
Robo.
universe.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
in this-
that's
in this
very true.
Gigantic corporatocracy.
I love the old school McDonald's. I miss the styrofoam McDonald's containers.
Back when they
Yeah.
still had good deep fried apple pies, not this current shit.
I still like him.
Oh,
I
God.
see.
Man, I really felt your melancholy there.
Thank God Checkers still does good old school apple pies.
Which for someone who's only 4,
that memory was planted.
that's a young age to be so melancholy, Sean. I'm proud of you.
I'm just saying they fucked up the apple pies.
Nah, they did. But,
So-
like, you know, they fucked up a lot of things. Their bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits are still on point, though.
Poor Peter Weller.
Yeah, they are.
Wearing this like 150-pound suit made of foam and plastic and fiberglass, sweating his ass off.
Literally, there's a
Sweating his nips off.
factoid that says he lost about 3 pounds of water weight a day.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Having worn a suit of Mandalorian gear for like 45 minutes and feeling pretty sure I was going to die, I can say that you would not catch me playing RoboCop ever.
No.
Although, I can't even imagine. Because look how skinny he must be for that armor to look the way it does. Like, think about his actual body and how skinny he has to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be the fattest fucking RoboCop. If you put that much armor on top of me...
I'd be dumpster cop.
I would watch that movie.
Yeah, I'd watch it too.
Somebody write that
Rad
down.
for
Ranger
sure.
as
Dumpster Cop. Can you buy Dumpster
Hey,
Cop?
don't run away too fast now.
I'm gonna throw this apple at you. It's rotten.
He's always leaking. There's always some smelly fluid coming out of him at the bottom.
I got some fresh cat litter in here. You're in big trouble.
I got Dumpster Cops on patrol and their cats like crawling in and out of him.
I think Dumpster Cop's got rabies, you guys.
Hobos are throwing cans out of my head.
Well, now RoboCop is a whole other concept we came up with, which is
Mostly me, because I'm like fixated on hobos.
Well, you said RoboCop, and we realized like Murphy wakes up, and they're like, Officer Murphy, you died in the line of duty, and we did the only thing we could do, which was combine you with a hobo.
Which is just horrific. There's no robo anything. He's just a half hobo. That's awful.
He's just half
He's got lice.
Lice and a greasy beard that gets in his mouth all the time.
And a bindle.
His head is
No
fused
gun.
to the back of a hobo, and
He's
he's
like,
like,
"Wait,
there.
why do I only have one tooth? Why couldn't you let me keep my teeth?
We had to rip him out so you dissimulate.
Lose
your
the
body.
teeth."
Yeah.
He's like Voldemort from Harry Potter 1, only he's sewn on the back
Oh
of a hobo.
gosh! Oh no! Oh, that's so horrible.
He just lives in a hobo's dirty
His
hair.
view the whole time is just like Brillo-esque hair just sticking out with like gnats and rat turds in it.
God damn.
He's like, can we take a goddamn shower?
I would not watch that movie. Well, I might.
Watch that.
I would.
Stop lying.
I would.
Unfortunately, dumpstercop.com is not available.
Oh man, that's
RoboCop
really
is prisoner of
surprising.
Azkaban.
But I feel like he would have like cool catchphrases like, I'm going to take out the trash.
I mean, literally, I got trash.
Like, I'm going to throw you in me.
And instead of the baby food stuff, he's powered by wine.
Yes.
The truck comes today. It's going to be great. Is that David Hasselhoff on that poster in the background?
It's entirely possible.
Shot
He's a
put?
true survivor.
I don't.
It
know.
really
Animated
looks like
Is it supposed to be Bruce Jenner?
I don't know who it
Oh,
is.
no. Caitlin, please. Don't misgender.
I
Look,
like
back then it was
back
still
then
Bruce.
it was Bruce.
I know. I'm fucking.
Back then, in the future, it was still Bruce.
Cigarettes 309. Now that's some interesting because obviously in 1987 cigarettes were not 309. They were like free.
Yeah.
They handed it out.
The rise of cigarettes.
Like when you go trick or treating, people
Here you
would
go,
give
get started at a young
pack of
age,
cigarettes.
You're gonna grow up and be a man one day. You want to smoke these?
Oh look! I never noticed his string tie before
my
with a
God,
stupid
yeah, what the
skull and
fuck?
crossbones.
Yeah, it's
I never
fucking
noticed
ridiculous.
that.
Everything about this guy's outfit is dumb.
Yeah, he is
I'm
the
glad
worst.
I'm glad he dies the way he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves it. He is.
He's
like
He's
getting-
toxic.
He
Yeah,
deserves to have penis fingers.
Yes.
Turned into
Ugh.
toxic Quasimodo.
Hashtag penis fingers.
It's not even
But they're like
pierced ears. He's got a little
uncircumcised
cuff.
dick fingers, too.
Yeah, you're
They're
like.
like extra creepy.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
You have some extra skin.
Oh, it's like it's an uncircumcised dick, and somebody just sort of did a little whoop and pulled the skin down.
Yeah.
It's a half circumcised dick.
It's
They
like
didn't
God.
finish.
uncircumcised dick fingers with like extra foreskin. Just
Partial
extra
skin
long
flap.
foreskin.
I'd like extra foreskin, please.
No one ever
Can
orders
you
extra
supersize
foreskin.
my
Can you
foreskin?
add foreskin?
Some extra
Excuse me.
foreskin.
That would be like the worst superpower to have.
Like shoot it out. Like
Power off growing
Oh my
foreskin.
gosh! Encase them in it like a cocoon,
Yes.
like that thing in Beastmaster.
You're like the foreskin mummy. Oh God, he choked him out
Or you
with the
could swing
foreskin.
from it like Spider-Man.
You just shoot across the city.
You can like,
you make like a
you can use it
foreskin
like
hammock.
Mr. Fantastic. You can like stretch it out and like slap people with
Yeah.
it.
Or like a parachute. If you get thrown out of a plane, it just goes. Just glide. To
Oh,
safety.
save us! Please don't! Please don't!
No, just let me die.
It's not worth it.
Or if you're in outer space with your friends and your ship's exploding, you can expand it around them and say, "We are Groot."
Yeah, we are foreskin.
No.
Everyone's like, can you just let me out to die?
We are schmeg.
Oh man, that would smell so bad. Ugh.
Space is cold. Cut off with the hairs.
Not that there's anything wrong with foreskins. That's not what we're suggesting.
No, we're just suggesting that if you grow one really long and surround it.
Other than that,
Friends.
if,
And wrap your
If you
Other
have
than
friends in
that,
it.
if-
super powered foreskin,
weird.
there's something wrong with that.
So, Sean and Arian, you guys are both technologically Yeah,
And Ryan.
you have the know-how.
Ish.
Yeah.
Ryan, you just sing rock music.
I also work on computers for a living.
No. That's
do.
not.
You don't have any.
That's
other
not
identity.
part of your gimmick here.
Okay.
Let's discuss the practicality of
A
a giant
giant
metal spike as a data input.
I don't know, because I don't know anything about no computers.
Yeah, look, if you can sing songs about giant metal spikes if you want to, that's fine.
Can you make up a song about how giant metal spikes work in computers?
They turn them off and on.
Whoa!
Yeah, this doesn't seem scientifically accurate. You're correct.
It mostly just seems like a great way to get electrocuted.
Well, there's a lot here that's not scientifically accurate, but this goes beyond that into ridiculously impractical.
Okay, wait. The ding dong guy's name is Joe Cox.
Is it really?
Yes.
That's fantastic. I thought he was Leon, but that's probably just me
No,
being
Leon is
slightly
what's his
racist.
name? Ray Wise.
Oh, Ray Wise is
Yeah.
Leon?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was actually a Leon. I'm not saying you weren't. But maybe you just got your streams crossed, and it resulted in an accident.
Well, I thought when Emil earlier, when he's talking and he says something to Leon, I thought he was talking to Joe Cox when he said it. But clearly he was not. But I didn't even think Ray Wise was in the room at that point. But whatever, it doesn't matter.
No.
All I know is that they said his name is Cox.
All I know is I feel like I've slighted Ryan.
There's a dick and a Cox.
I don't give a shit.
So,
And Ryan knows nothing about computers.
Ryan, why don't you explain to us how MS-DOS works?
I actually work on machines that still run on that shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I'll get into that later.
I have a machine that can emulate it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't run on it.
No, I run on
Do
shit.
they use like the 5 1/4 inch?
Oh, yeah, we have used those
Oh,
before.
Jesus.
Now, the ones we've upgraded to just the regular floppies. So
I remember
3 1/4.
I remember playing the King's Quest games, and I think it was King's Quest 4 that came with like 9 of those
Yeah.
that you had to keep
Yeah.
switching
Oh,
them
yeah.
out.
God. Installing
You
that
get
shit.
really into the game and it would be like, please put in
Yeah,
disc 2.
yeah,
And
insert
like,
disc
fuck!
2.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
And even at a young age, I'd be like, this really isn't a disc. I don't understand
Yeah.
this name, this nomenclature. I like the
Well,
brass
inside.
pots. Right.
Inside. I mean, it's a square.
It's a round
TJ
square?
Laser. Yes.
I want to watch
Okay.
TJ Laser so bad.
I'm pretty sure he's wearing the laser tag helmet painted.
You're probably right. Gosh, that would be such a good costume. I don't think I've ever seen that anywhere.
TJ Laser.
Yeah,
That's a deep cut.
it'd be a good one.
You know, if Once Possessed is still there, he's been marking stuff down. He has. I don't know if he's got.
Oh,
the helmet.
has he? Because
Yeah.
their prices are a little
He's
questionable.
moving
Yeah.
to Florida, so everything.
Oh,
is
no
marked
shit.
out. Yeah.
Oh, man, maybe we'll go there tomorrow.
There's
Or
he
no,
had-
isn't Tuesday the day they're closed, though? They're closed on a weird day.
Oh,
like,
I
it's
don't
not
know,
Monday
yeah.
or Sunday.
Yeah, it's a random weekday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've driven by there, like, going home from work. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He had the laser tag rifle, the vest,
Oh,
the
shit.
chest thing. It's all in there, and the little rifle too. I almost bought it. I was
Nice.
like, really
Oh,
tempted.
man. All right, I hate this kid. I hate him
Yeah.
stabbing his pitchfork. And, all right, and also, where the fuck did Murphy come from right there?
Yeah.
I almost called him Peter Murphy. He's Peter
Cut you
Weller. But where did he come from? The kitchen counter was right there. And he just like, well, that was
Went
weird.
through it. Yeah.
He's RoboCop'd it.
That's a cop-out.
Sometimes you just gotta RoboCop that shit.
Yeah.
Let me see them titties, babe.
That's kind of how the Saved by the Bell episode where Screech became RoboCop went.
I wish you hadn't brought that up while we
You
were
have
recording.
3 seconds to kiss me. 3.
Oh,
2.
no, stop.
That
Ew.
sounds so
Oh.
It was a different time.
bad.
Christopher
Sounds
Trello's
fucking
with me.
awful.
Yeah, I'm sure he
I
is.
didn't say it was good.
All right, here we have
How
our...
are these people dancing?
I
What the fuck is happening?
Well, some of them
like
don't even
Persian
have things
gear.
on there. Look, her titties are out.
Oh, yeah.
I said this when we watched it the first time. I'm going to say it again. At
I miss
least
those titties.
half the people in this club will pee on your couch.
I agree with you.
Yes.
I still think this music sounds like With Sympathy era Ministry.
Yeah.
But vocals kick in, because while we were talking about it before, I realized vocals kick in. There's a female vocalist to whatever this song is.
Oh, God.
So it's an actual song. It's not like something
So
that
generic.
the guy that did the score
Yeah.
did, just threw together. Because sometimes that's what you do. Ryan, you being a music person, would know that sort of thing.
I've never scored a movie, but I would assume.
But I mean, you just know all that stuff.
Yeah, I just do. I'm
If
glad.
we're making lists of things
That
Ryan
guy
knows
looks like-
and
Yeah,
doesn't know.
That guy looked like Mark Stopper.
Yes, he
Do you think
did.
it's possible Mark Stopper's in this movie?
If he's
Yes.
in RoboCop, I'm getting his autograph. That's fucking awesome.
That should, without any explanation whatsoever, next time you see him, you should just be like, "Were you in RoboCop?"
I will.
Oh my god.
I'll see him in a couple weeks.
Cocaine tits.
All right, so this is the most decadent scene from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Of any 80s movie. Because you start with cocaine and whores. And then you get cocaine in the whore titties. And then you get violence, and then you get explosion. It really just goes from...
And we've got one whore wearing gold lame with giant shoulder pads and another whore wearing green leather. from
green
head to toe.
leather.
And she's
Yeah.
got blue leather
Blue
Yeah.
leather skirt.
pantaloons.
I mean,
And she's got shoulder pads.
Why would you answer?
Boy, she ain't wearing no pantaloons.
Why would you
You're right,
answer the
you're right.
door? Like
She-
you got everything you need there.
Yeah.
She ain't got no squirrel
It's not
covers
gonna,
on.
the night's not going to get better.
In fact,
Bitches.
Bitches leave.
Man, that pool looks big.
Oh, it's not even just a green jacket. It's like a full... Is it a green dress, or is it two pieces?
I don't know, but it's a whole full green leather outfit.
Really warm. I hope he's got his air conditioning on, because they're doing a lot of blow, and they're going to be warm
Yes.
anyway.
Oh, yeah.
it's true.
And I would like to clarify, though, while I have, in the past, experienced the whippets, I have never used the cocaine. I was always too scared of cocaine. Because of this movie.
Well,
Yeah, because you get shot in the
RoboCop's
knees.
basically a public service message.
Yeah.
it's true.
It kept a young Dave West from going out and doing blow off of whore titties.
Doing the nose goblins.
I mean, because that was a thing that we were going to do.
It was entirely possible. The 80s were fucking crazy.
It's true.
Like,
All right.
he's drooling.
So that
I'd be
Song?
drooling. Yes.
the reason why it sounded like early Ministry is because it was a short-lived side project of Al Jurgensen
Get the fuck out of here.
from a band called PTP. The song is called "Show Me Your
Oh
Spine."
my gosh!
It was written by, and so we were both right, written by Jurgensen, Paul Barker, and Nivek Ogre of Skinny Puppy, because I thought it sounded like a Skinny Puppy
Holy
song.
shit.
Skinny Puppy song.
Man, I love me some Uncle Al.
Yeah. Thanks, Wikipedia.
Yeah.
That crazy old fucker.
Well, thanks our we need a... You can't be the head of research, because that's Schweck.
Yeah.
But you need some kind of title.
The weird deep.
The master... You're the master of letters.
Googleologist?
What? Oh, yeah, Googleologist. That's right. You're the Googleologist. And that house just blew the fuck up. I feel like this is not the best way to...
No, there's so much cocaine spilling out the side.
Dude, these guys
cocaine
waste
everywhere.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Like
We need
it's
more
nothing. When they pick up a gun and throw 10 pounds of cocaine on the floor.
Do they just sweep it up and then turn it into crack? Is that what they do? They're like, oh, that's the
Oh,
crack.
it's like basic cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's
extra shit.
yeah, it's Camels, but it's the shit they sweep off the floor and put
Yeah.
into basics.
Isn't that
that's
how Kroger does
what-
Big K Cola?
Yeah.
It's sweeping above the floor.
It's the coke
it's
that
the
falls
Coke
on the
that spills.
floor. it's they gather it from the mats.
Yeah.
Like, what is
Just ring this
what's
out.
that called?
Oh.
Bar-
Mat shot.
Mat shot.
Yeah.
It's like a mat shot.
Just ring this out from the bar.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
There is not.
wait,
For
what
a
is-
dollar?
What is this guy's story?
Oh! What?
What is this guy's story with the lumberjack?
He's a
and the red
lumberjack.
wine?
That's his story.
He's a refined cocaine
But he's
man.
With
drinking
some
red wine.
Fucking look at the pleats on those pants. A man with a mustache like that does not wear pleated pants.
No,
No.
That's ridiculous.
it's the pleats.
This
You
is
know who
totally...
needs
Why-
to wear pleated pants? Joe Cox.
Joe Cox has to wear pleated
He's got to
pants.
fit it all
Why
in
does
there.
Clarence
And
a
Boddicker got this
fishnet
fucking
tank top.
weird ass scarf thing?
Ascot.
Because look at him.
I think it really.
I think it
fits
compliments
with
him.
his- Yeah, his weirdness.
Yeah.
I think there's weird neckwear on all.
Oh,
of
I just realized he just
Alright.
fingered his wine.
He's
Yeah.
figured his wine.
He
He's
just
and then
sniffs.
sticks up his nose.
And
And then he drinks it.
Yeah, that guy's gross.
This is like a weird future, like, I don't know,
There's
mating
weird
ritual?
nose shit
I don't
happening
know.
in this
yeah,
movie.
so much nose shit.
This is a post-germ movie.
Yeah, there's no germs.
Nobody
And
is worried
all
about germs
nipples
No.
and
ever.
noses.
Yeah.
The people that try to fix Peter Murphy early in the movie aren't
Yes.
worried about germs. Dick Jones isn't worried about germs. This motherfucker with his mustache,
Isn't worried-
none
No.
of them care about germs
They've
at
canceled
all.
out germs.
I
Peter
guess
Murphy
they're...
as RoboCop.
In a world without germs. Look at all that fucking
Just
cocaine.
throwing it all over the place.
That
Right.
one guy took a fistful.
I think they had their guns hidden in like big fucking containers.
Piles of cocaine.
Cocaine.
Hey, quick, hide your job.
We
They'll
can't,
never think to look there.
we can't just
If
have.
the cops show up.
We can't just have.
barrels of cocaine.
We don't want to
just
get
have-
busted for all our guns.
Yeah.
Put it under the cocaine.
That makes perfect sense.
Come quietly or there will be trouble. Oh, I love him.
I don't come quietly.
Oh, hell.
I don't come at all
When I
because I'm
come,
a
it
robot.
sounds like this. Ka-clang, ka-clang, ka-clang. Oh! And he shoots baby food.
Let me unsheathe my penis.
I do love the way he kind of lunges forward to shoot. Like I kind
Well, all of his movements are incredible. Like,
Yeah.
look at all this fucking cool shit he does. Like, so unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
I wonder
But
how
it
much
looks
of it's just
awesome.
because the costume doesn't move. So it's
Well,
like
it all
everything.
is. It all is because he can't move quickly at all. And the idea is, and this is all in the commentary. With, by the way, for the listeners and for you guys, if you have never listened to a Paul Verhoeven movie commentary, you have no idea what kind of delightful treat.
Oh god, I can only imagine.
Especially if
I've heard
you,
the Starship Troopers commentary.
Oh yeah, that one is the shit.
Yeah.
He's just Total Recall is the greatest commentary of all time because you have Paul Verhoeven and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god. Do you understand every fifth word?
It
maybe?
is fucking ear candy.
Up, down, up, down.
Oh my gosh.
For this scene we were...
Look at how young I am! Oh my goodness!
Look at all the cocaine.
All the cocaine.
Well, at this point, like, it's understandable. There's been a giant firefight.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think that shit was on the floor before because
Yeah, it
they're
was
so
before.
careless with their
Started on the
cocaine.
floor.
Shit
But
grows on
why would they
trees.
package cocaine in like weird metal test tube things?
Little bottles.
Yeah,
Just put it in bottles.
like little novelty bottles.
With a machine, which, again, I get the idea.
That's what
is
happens
that
when you let cokeheads run your business.
it's the assembly line, but I love how the windows glaze, like, right before, like, when they switch shots.
How would Henry Ford package cocaine?
Huh.
I like
So-
that he just tells everything right here.
This window completely clear right now. Oh, all of a sudden it's...
Yeah.
But it's fine, because I'm thrilled that we're getting Clarence Boddicker thrown through all these windows, and that he's all bloody. Like, he's not just somehow unscathed.
Right. Oh, yeah, he's all fucked up.
He's so fucking good.
Yeah, he's great.
His
Catch
eyebrows are really grody,
God,
though.
yeah.
They're so long.
They're
Trim
very
that
long.
shit.
I mean,
Just get
I would be like,
clippers.
hey, I'm going to be in a movie. Maybe I should trim these bastards. Like, come on.
I guess it's just part of the character.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I don't know, unless
I mean,
you're
it looks
playing
like
a wizard.
sunshade over his
Verhoeven
eyes.
specifically said, you should grow the eyebrows out very long. Yes.
He's got more hair on his eyebrow. That's the longest part of the front of his head. Is on his eyebrows.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Neither does Sean.
It was a hairline thing. I was trying to...
I think that
Say.
cop's name is Dick Weather.
Dick Weather.
I was trying to read his name
My
tag.
name is Dick Wither Snow.
You're getting dick whether you like it or not.
Stark weather.
Let's just go with Dick Weather and call it a day.
He's all about the spitting blood on people.
That's great. I would do it. And if I was bleeding from my mouth all the time, Ronda Rousey should have done it last night.
Yeah.
That would have been badass.
Spin it in Charlotte's face like a heel monster.
Oh, you guys probably haven't watched it yet.
No, I haven't.
You should at least watch that match.
It's
Yeah.
really fucking good.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, we didn't watch anything.
Again,
The Daniel Brock match is also very good.
yeah, it is. It is. Again, our context is funny with the subtitles because it looks like he just said, "Jesus, you really just screwed up."
Jesus, like,
Come on, Jesus.
I mean,
sorry, you guys.
I only had 30 years.
Sorry.
Look, my dad's a real asshole.
He's got a real superiority complex, okay? He thinks he's God.
There's so much pressure. So all of the exterior OCP shots are Dallas.
Okay.
A lot of the, like, basically, if they're in a part of town that looks kind of nice, that's Dallas, and the shitholes are Detroit or Pittsburgh. Actually, I think the suburbs might be Pittsburgh. Does that sound right?
No, I think it's the steel mills.
Oh, is it?
And
Okay.
having lived in Pittsburgh in '85, I can confirm, or '87.
It's just all steel mills?
It was all steel mills, and it was a shithole.
Look at that smug fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
my
already knows
gosh.
what's going to happen.
That guy's tremendous in everything. He's been a president. He's been an evil old white man. He was a good guy in something I watched recently.
Wait, is there a difference in those two roles?
There's a lot of overlap.
I meant to say evil old white executive, but again, really not any different. But he was a good guy in something I just watched recently, and he was great. Like, it didn't feel awkward. Like, this guy really shouldn't be playing this role. And I'm gonna, since our Googleologist is
product
in the room,
violation.
What are we looking for?
Ronnie Cox was a good guy in something I watched recently,
Oh.
and
The
I
Directive 4.
really want to look it up. Oh, Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the lieutenant that helps out.
I watched
yeah.
that recently.
Yeah.
But Cohagen in Total Recall. Cohagen. Yeah, he's fantastic in
pretty fantastic.
everything. Oh, and he was in Deliverance too, which I'll probably not watch again.
Yeah, now there's no
Yeah,
reason
you
to
can
watch
only
that
see
twice.
Deliverance so many times.
Oh
in your
shit!
life.
Ronnie Cox is still alive. I thought he'd passed away.
Wow.
Oh,
Bend over,
congratulations.
squeal like a pig,
Yeah.
boy.
He's 80 years old.
Still kicking.
Good for him. An American actor, singer, songwriter, and storyteller.
Well, there you go.
Those
Sometimes
last
back in
couple
my
of
day.
titles I was not aware of. I would not like to meet your friend. No, I said no. Seriously.
I do not consent.
Oh, this fucking guy. Bob Morton.
Yeah, the stop motion in this movie looks fantastic.
Oh, it's so slick. Like
It looks really
it's
good.
even when they're having to use like superimposing green screen, whatever. Oh, now watch the floor here in a second, though. You can actually see where the floor ends with Ronnie Cox in the background and Ed 209. It's very subtle. Right there. Did you see the floor kind of move
yes,
a little
I
bit?
there. Yeah.
But the rest of the shot was like
Oh,
very
fucking
clean.
perfect,
I mean,
yeah.
it looked great.
Yeah, it's not real jumpy and shit. Like, it looks really good.
Yeah.
And you honestly,
I-
you probably would have never noticed it unless you saw the high def Blu-ray.
Yeah. I still
It's-
think a lot of this looks better than a lot of CG we have nowadays.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, there being a physical thing,
Yeah.
there is always a difference to that.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm not saying the best
Oh,
of the
yeah.
best
It's
CG
the
is
tool.
fine,
Yeah,
but there is a difference.
Yeah.
there is.
And Ed 209's rockets somehow not as effective as his guns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
they kinda
understand
suck.
that. And I meant to point it out before we got to it. If you rewind, you can see the line that the rocket is on in the shot. You can actually see it go.
There were a couple. I saw the tube for the blood when there was the shootout.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
A couple times I saw that. I was like, oh. Hey, I'm Ed 209. I can get defeated by stairs.
Well, he should be fighting outside, I would think.
I mean, they're meant for urban pacification. That's what they said.
Yeah.
But
So
you think they could have had a stair contingent, like...
Yeah, the inside of an office.
Well, that just goes to show you that Dick really was past his prime.
but that again, that's another aspect of the satirical
Yeah.
part of this movie is how impractical and ridiculous these things are.
No, yeah. Yeah.
And, well, Dick Jones even says, "Who cares if they work?" Like
Right,
he
it's
makes
all
a
about the-
point of saying it doesn't
Yeah.
fucking matter. We just
He
want to make
wants
money.
to like make money selling them.
we
like,
want to
shitty-
sell these giant guns.
Yeah, it's like
Tin
we're the
pot
military
dictators.
industrial complex. We
Yeah.
just need to sell this shit. I don't
Which-
care if it works.
Which is why the I can't remember what they call them, the Cobra assault cannon. Like, it's just a giant, ridiculous piece of weaponry. It's not supposed to be practical or anything else. And even when Joe Cox uses it, you notice he puts it down and, like, it's his dick.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he holds it like that and shoots it. I mean, it's all... there's a lot of... I guess it's not very subtle, but
yeah.
it's all there. Like, anytime you see something like that, there's a reason.
Yeah, and this cop's name is Hedgecock.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are so many dick names in this movie.
Hedgecock and Dick Weather.
Hedgecock,
Cox.
Joe Cox, Dick Weather, Dick...
I'm sensing a pattern.
Dick Jones, yeah.
Yeah.
Dick Jones.
Paul Verhoeven loves him some cock.
Well, I mean, I feel like if you just said, Paul Verhoeven, what do you think about cock? He would say it's magnificent.
I put it in all my
that'd be it.
movies.
Yeah.
This
And
part
he
makes
does.
me sad. It made me sad as a kid.
Yeah.
It makes me sad now.
This makes me sad, and this is only in the last couple of viewings. This bums me out,
Yeah.
but you know what other part bums me out is when he's in the nightclub and Ray Wise kicks him in the balls,
Yeah.
but there's no balls. It's like,
yeah.
oh.
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if he still has balls, they're just protected behind his suit?
Yeah. He has the cup that
Maybe.
AJ Styles needs.
I think,
But they're really alluding to the fact that he doesn't have balls, I think.
I mean,
Like-
he probably doesn't have balls. I'm just trying to put a silver lining on his balls.
Well, he's got a silver
well, he's
lining.
got a silver lining.
True.
He just doesn't have
Maybe.
balls.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I liked about the remake, and it made it even more horrific. They showed what was left of Murphy
Yeah.
in the
It was
remake.
like-
That one scene that was like just this and the arm, like suspended there. Like that was fucked up.
Ugh.
So we have Ronnie Cox is the actor's name, playing Dick Jones.
Correct.
Uh,
Oh, this is
Kyoto
what was
Brothers.
directed by the Kyoto brothers,
oh,
who
yeah.
appeared on the Needless Things podcast last year,
Nice.
live from Dragon Con.
That looks so awesome.
Technically, Boddicker has Dick in the name.
You're right.
Felton Perry's character is named
It's
Johnson.
6,000 suck.
Sucks.
Joe Cox. Like there's
Casey
just a lot.
Wong.
Okay, well, eh.
There's just a lot of Dick names.
Dong, Wong, Dong,
Hedgecock.
Dong, Wong.
Wang.
Strategic Defense Peace Platform.
Which looks like a giant penis.
Yes.
Is this where they said
Is this
French
just a
maid?
movie about dicks? Is that what we're
I think
figuring out?
it is.
I
Yeah.
think it's
What we're
about
figuring out is
dicks
that, yeah,
and a
this
lack of germs. Or a
Yeah.
lack of germ awareness.
Yeah, germ-free dicks. None of these people have gloves on.
She doesn't have gloves on.
No, she's not wearing gloves. She's doing the news sans gloves.
She's doing the
Yeah.
news with naked nude hands.
That's madness.
It
Next
must be
thing
the
you know,
future.
her nipples will be out.
I'm opposed to hand nudity. There's that little microphone that looks kind of like a weird dick.
It's a future vibrator.
And then this fucking guy.
That guy looks like a weird dick.
That this guy doesn't know he's in a movie.
He is he is the theremin player for a freeform acid fusion.
That plays at Pine Lake at the Pine Lake Lounge.
Is there really a Pine Lake
Oh, yeah.
Lounge?
Yes.
They have bands
Oh,
with
man.
that guy in it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Look, he just stuck
Germs in
his
my
gum.
life, man.
I just noticed that when he stuck his
Oh, I
gum
saw that
on her
first time. What an
thing.
asshole.
There was a little. Well, he's an asshole. There's a little mark on it from where I guess they'd done the scene a bunch of times.
Oh,
in the
I
same
didn't-
spot.
shit.
I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
I
Nice.
just noticed that.
So this wasn't the first take.
She's in a lot of purple.
With a huge, like her entire neck is covered.
Yeah. Well, you gotta. It's Detroit.
That's true.
I don't know what that means. But.
You get Raymond. Because future Detroit is bad.
And if you don't wear a scarf, you're just asking for it.
God, man.
Did you just cross the line?
No.
Did you just do a Sean?
No, I'm just making a commentary on the crazy world of RoboCop.
Oh.
That's very meta. You're doing satire about the satire movie.
That's exactly right. Why are his cigarettes normal colored?
Yeah.
I don't know. Other dude had like bright yellow cigarettes.
And then the other guy had the brown ones.
He smokes cools.
Smoking cloves like a dildo.
You are correct.
You are so not wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody ever know that smoked those? I was like, God, you're an asshole.
I remember having to ride around with some goth friends and fucking smoke cloves in the car with the windows rolled up.
Ugh.
Windows rolled up. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they were goths.
All right,
Oh, yeah,
there you go.
Start there. Couch pissing motherfucker.
Look, his lamps look like used condoms.
Everything really is bad days.
I wish they would show the one behind him again because it's just this hanging. It's pretty. Gross.
Oh yeah, they're like tube socks.
Oh no, not even that one. That one did too, though. But no, the little ones on the wall at like
a
waist level.
reservoir.
Yeah,
reservoir
it
tip.
was. It was the reservoir tip.
This is a very dick-centric episode of the Needless Things podcast.
It really is.
Welcome
Well,
to the Needless Things
here.
Dickcast.
it's welcome to RoboCop. Oh, I was going to mention earlier
She
when
was
we were
welcome
talking
to
about
RoboCop.
what did we HoboCop, Dumpster Cop, RumbaCop.
It's like a dancing cop. Just salsa dances everywhere.
It would be the sequel to Cuban Fury with Nick Frost. If you haven't seen that movie, you should. And he becomes a cybernetic dancer. He's RumbaCop. And he's got like a little Casio keyboard, and he presses the preset rumba before he goes into action.
What about a Roomba Cop?
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh,
He
that's
just
the
rolls around
one.
and bumps into the wall
That's
and
the
then goes
one.
in another direction.
Dirt is under arrest.
We're done here. Ryan just
Try-
dropped the mic.
Tries to clean up like cat shit and then smears it all over the place.
Oh,
Roomba Cop, you failed. You have failed this city.
failed this apartment.
Like
Oh, that's
literally,
so
it's
good.
covered in shit, man. What
That's-
are you doing?
Even when I was a kid, that bothered me. Those screws being in his
the
head.
head.
Like, that made me sad. Because I wouldn't want to have 6-inch long screws in my head.
Well,
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Look how good this looks, man. Look,
Yeah.
Well, look at all... First of all, again, in this high def, all of the detail that's in this... The whole costume, all the shit on his head... But then how clean the prosthetic is
Oh yeah,
that...
when you see the skin around the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I didn't realize there was this much blue, green, and purple in the armor.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's really beautifully
It
colored.
looks awesome. Yeah, because like I think back in the day, like watching on VHS, I just thought it was silver. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I
If-
really.
If I had drawn RoboCop when I did draw RoboCop when I was a kid. Like he was, his arm was just like one part. Like, there was like no detail,
No,
like
no.
none of that shit. Nothing was sticking out of him.
He looked like the Tin Man, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
When you were a
Seriously.
kid, you're like, I just, but it's round-headed.
Yeah, it would have been like 6 pieces of separate armor, and that's
Right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, like a knight or something.
Yeah.
Like I remember the first time. Oh, you know what? Those little rings on his chest plate, right up at his trapezius. Wait. Trapezius? Is that what that is?
Around the neck?
No,
Traps.
what's this?
Yeah, those are your traps.
Okay. Yeah, right there. The first time I even knew those were there were when I got that big giant RoboCop figure that's up there and it had those. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And I went and looked and I was like, oh, that's not just from the toy. That's a thing. Which is one of the reasons I love toys so much is that you get them in your hands and you see all that detail
Yeah.
that you don't necessarily catch when you're watching the movie. And, now it's different because we've got home media or whatever. But
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't remember him having all that detail on his suit.
So here we have Emil loving. I guess we can assume this show is called "I'd Buy That for $1."
Oh, it is.
I guess so.
Or is it the Cranky Frankerson Fun Hour?
I'm going to go with that because that's way better.
Well,
and apparently they just show the same episode every day.
In this
No,
world-
they're different.
No,
Are they
they're
different?
Yeah, they're different. All right, to Googleologist, does
Right.
this show have a name? Or does at the very least, does that character have a name?
Let's see.
Because, they don't ever mention it in the movie, but oftentimes, like, extras or whatever, they will have... And I can't recall them ever going into it.
It's probably like Cock Johnson or something. I would assume.
Big Dick Johnson.
Yeah.
I love this. You can immediately tell Clarence is not happy about Joe having the same car.
No, can't have that shit.
And here we have the Cobra Assault Cannon.
This thing's badass.
Which, kind of surprisingly, NECA hasn't made one of those. But I guess you wouldn't really include it with RoboCop. Well, no, RoboCop uses it against
At
that
the
209.
end. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe there was one with the battle damage RoboCop, because I didn't buy that one.
Yeah, it looks like a really badass sniper rifle, but it's apparently explosive.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
With the weirdest looking magazine. I guess it holds...
What are you going to put your explosive rounds
4
in? A
missiles.
fucking paper bag?
Yes. Ziploc. Snap seal.
So yeah, every time he fires this gun, it's like a big giant dick.
So apparently, the "I'd Buy That for $1" is a nod to a 1950s sci-fi story, "The Marching Morons,"
Sure.
in which there's the question: would you buy that for $0.25? And so they adjusted for inflation and said, "I'd buy that for $1."
Wow.
This is the
Clever.
internet, so this could all be false. It's also red.
That sounds
It's
fine to me.
definitely
Oh, look,
false.
he's doing whippets. No, that's probably just a little cocaine bottle.
Yeah.
And the character's name is Bixby Snyder.
Bixby Snyder, that's solid.
That is good.
That's you know what, I gotta say, that's better than Cranky Frankerson.
Oh, here we go. Bixby Snyder. There's a wiki. Found it.
Of course
I'm
there
just
is.
surprised it's not Dick Jisman or something.
Jizma cracks.
All right, now Ryan, what's she laying on?
A giant pile of pepperoni logs.
As we know, the movie's all about dicks.
Yeah, again, poor Ian Lewis just asleep on a big pile of pepperoni dicks.
So this is the part where the movie gets real weird and he programs himself to kill babies.
Babies are a threat.
They're like people, but small. They can't be trusted.
If I kill them before they become criminals, I will solve all the crime.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, see?
just straight up said cocking. If we weren't recording right now, I would have frozen that and gotten a picture of it.
Bixby Snyder was the host of the television comedy show It's Not My Problem.
Huh.
Oh, so that's the actor's name.
No,
What?
that's the character's name in the show,
Oh,
according
weird.
to the RoboCop fan wiki. And this says here that there was an unproduced script for RoboCop 2, The Corporate Wars, in which Snyder has become the President of the United States 25 years after the events of the first film.
Oh,
It's a little too real.
A little way too fucking real right now.
You know what? I think
God damn it, Verhoeven. Why did you...
Did Dark Horse do Corporate Wars? I feel like Dark Horse might have done a comic of that.
Maybe. I can look that up.
I feel like that happened. I apologize for the chair squeak. I need another beverage because if we're going to keep talking about dicks, I need more beer.
Well,
Let's see. The main character...
we're watching RoboCop, so we're going to talk about dicks.
There's no way around it.
The main character was generally offered some incredibly lucky or rewarding prize to which he would invariably laugh and ejaculated his catchphrase. This is what they said. I'd buy that for $1.
And this is before RoboCop?
No, this is
within
the
universe.
Okay.
Yeah. But apparently this was based. It's Not My Problem. Is a throwback to some 50s sci-fi show that I've never seen because I wasn't born in the 50s.
Yeah, and unfortunately, stuff from then just doesn't exist anymore.
It's true. It's gone.
Not in my memory banks.
Oh man, I'll tell you what was a bummer. This has nothing to do with RoboCop, but watching a documentary about Monty Python, and they're talking about a lot of the comedy shows that influenced the Pythons. And the BBC, and I, as a Doctor Who fan, I already knew this, the BBC used to just erase all of their programming.
They'd like record
So
over
That's
it.
why there's a bunch of Doctor Who shit that's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And all of those comedy shows that influenced everyone from Monty Python, they just don't exist anymore. They're gone.
That's fucked up.
And the only reason the Monty Python episodes exist is because Terry Gilliam got wind of the fact that the BBC was about to erase them, and he bought them.
That's good.
That's the only reason those are still
Jesus.
around.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, back to something a little more ridiculous than Monty Python. RoboCop.
And now for something completely different.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well played.
Yeah, we need... not a commentary, but we need to do a Monty Python episode.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I've got all the Flying Circuses on DVD.
As do I. And they're all on Netflix now. All the Python stuff is on Netflix right now.
Yeah, we started watching it again.
It's the documentary stuff is what's most interesting to me because I've got everything else, but those documentaries are great. All right, here we go.
Poor Emil.
Emil is a total bag of shit who deserves to go out like this.
Yeah,
so
I can't
fucked up.
disagree. I can't disagree.
But it really is fucked up. It's one of the most fucked up deaths in a movie.
It's so gruesome.
And the makeup. This is I'm pretty sure it's all Stan Winston.
Oh, it looks great.
It's incredible.
Look at his penis fingers.
Oh, look at the skin
foreskin
just
dick hands.
sloughing off of his
Look
bones.
at how much foreskin's on those.
That's like
Just
5
loose.
skins.
Those are some
Yeah.
dingly winglies.
It needs foreskin reduction.
Oh, and look, the tail lights on the cars are some weird shape as well.
I kind of like that car, the 6000.
The SUX?
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I'd drive one.
Yeah.
I would drive a Stutz.
I'd buy that for $1.
So yeah, look at the tail lights when they
Are they dick shaped?
they may not show it on the back again. I like the hubcap flying off.
Yeah.
Get away, Ray Wise!
I like how he's
Run!
like, don't touch me, man.
Ew. Oh, look at his eye. Look
God,
at
he
his
looks
fucked up
rough.
pussy eye.
I
Emil
probably
wailing.
Yeah, so I really want to know, like, what's, like, because they're not seeing this weird toxic waste fest that's happening.
Right.
So, like, he's got to be like, what the fuck?
Right, he doesn't even know that's Emil. He's
Yeah.
just like,
He's
are there
like,
mutants
cool.
now?
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Did I take the wrong turn in Albuquerque?
I think it looks like Rob Bottin did the
Oh, okay.
effects work on this. I mean, there's a mix of people that did different things.
I
but
see.
the
I thought
RoboCop
Stan
suit
Winston.
was- and apparently there was a huge fight between Bottin and Verhoeven.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did not make them look enough like dicks. The fingers need to look like
These
dicks.
fingers look like fingers.
I don't want to make everything look like dicks,
You
Paul.
will do it!
Fine.
That was the whole argument. We
This is
just
like
acted
the
it out.
dumbest thing. Because, like, he's got his rifle up there. He can just shoot RoboCop.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to drop all this stuff on him.
Yeah, that is pretty dope.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
This is why criminals will never win.
Crime doesn't pay.
So, while you're Googleologing,
Right.
was I at least right that the same guy did the stuff in Total Recall? Well, no, Total Recall was after this, so if Verhoeven and Bottin had a big falling
They
out.
got back together, and
Oh.
it might have been for Total Recall.
Oh, okay. I at least want to be right about those heads all looking the same. Because they do all look the same.
They
Well,
do.
but American Werewolf in London is Winston. That's not.
But yeah, it looks the same. Absolutely.
He's elated. That's as happy as we see Clarence Boddicker in this whole movie.
Total Recall was also Rob Bottin.
Okay. All right. Well, there's that at least. And
Yeah.
he's so sad. Oh my gosh, he went from the happiest we've seen him to the saddest we've seen him. Like that.
Well, he lost Leland Palmer.
Yeah.
He's all alone now in the world.
Would you really say it's a loss? Leland
Wow.
Palmer's not great. Oh, Ray Wise is fantastic. Leland Palmer's not. This hurt me so bad when I was a kid. But Does this make sense? Oh, blurp.
Look at that arterial spurt.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I think this was also a little more graphic and lasted longer. Which, again, seems unbelievable.
Excessive, yeah.
She's fucked
And
up,
here it is,
bro.
the most ominous line. They'll fix you, they fix everything. And I'll say, as I said before we started recording, the Mad Magazine parody of RoboCop, the next panel after that was her head on a vacuum cleaner.
RoboCop.
It was RoboCop. It was.
Oh, Mad Magazine was ahead of its time.
They were prescient. All right, once again, there's what's his Fergal Nurgle? What's his name? Flippity.
Dick Gisman.
Oh, Bixby Snyder.
No. The star of the movie.
Oh, Felton.
Felton Perry.
Oh yeah, Felton
Perry.
Perry's awesome. Love that guy. Yeah, those things suck.
Okay, so
And
yeah,
209s? Yeah.
that now that I'm thinking about it, I really wish I'd bought that battle damage one from NECA because I'm pretty sure it came with that cannon. But I don't like battle damage stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not usually a fan.
That's
I have enough
hilarious.
shit that's broken that I can just make battle damage.
Right.
I got Sean.
I got an incomplete Millennium Falcon. Battle damage.
Yeah. It's just and solo
Courage,
part
strength, conviction,
of it.
cock.
Kind of busted up.
Yeah, he's
It's
made
just
most
later
silver.
than that.
Yeah, yes. Silver.
This is post Last Jedi.
Too soon.
Too soon. Alright.
I don't know, if they get that paint right, that battle damage would look pretty sweet.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to think of. Well, they probably did. Although, with the way they're doing Ultimate figures now, they'll probably do like an Ultimate battle damaged RoboCop.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty slick, the way this movie ends. The little twist with
Yeah,
Chapter 4.
And it wraps it up nicely.
Yeah, it does.
You get
high-tech
Boddicker blood
spike.
all up in their
I
computer
know.
systems.
I feel like that would probably, in general, you don't want to get computer parts wet.
And in general, you don't want to get...
Yeah.
He's so good! It's because his buddy Bob's dead.
Yeah, and he gives like the most amazing thumbs up later too. It's like so
Yes,
good. Yeah.
yes. Well, and he's... I mentioned earlier... Last year, I watched RoboCop 2 for the first time in years, and I hated it when I was younger. I just thought it was corny as shit, but it's very much a product of its time. It's a lot of fun. It's not as smart as this one, obviously. But he is fantastic in that one, too. And he's got a larger role.
He's like, ooh, yay!
I just got
Look at his arms! He's got, like, Freddy Krueger arms.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
It's like from the first Nightmare.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Thumbs up gets me every time.
Greatest thumbs up ever.
So good. Yeah, this is cool. He
RoboCop.
remembers his name.
And he smiles.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't have a dick.
No.
All right. RoboCop.
Love it.
RoboCop.
Let's go around. Let's wrap
a
this
good one.
thing
A
up.
movie about dicks.
And definitely a movie about dicks and about no germs.
Starring Felton Perry.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Sean, RoboCop. Quality. How often? How often is this a rewatch?
This should be a yearly rewatch. I forget how good it is. It's one that I just forget about entirely, and then I watch it and go, fuck, why has it been so long since I last watched this? Because it really is so good, and it's right up my alley for all the geeky cyber shit that I'm into.
Yeah, it is, as I say, yeah, Rob Bottin. Like I say, it's perfect. To me, this is a perfect movie. I can watch it. Any time I think about it, I'll put it in and watch it.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. Arian?
I don't really rewatch most. Like, I rewatch The Big Lebowski and Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner, like once a year. And other than that, I don't really rewatch things. But like, if I saw this was coming on, I wouldn't like make an effort not to watch it.
That's about as good a review as we can get out of you, I think. That's solid.
That's almost happy.
Congratulations,
No,
RoboCop.
Well, Paul Verhoeven's one of my favorite directors. Like, all of his stuff is quality as far as I'm concerned. So, especially like
Showgirls.
It has its own unique. I'm not going to say charm, but like it's very Verhoeven in that it's satirical and over the top, and it's a product of its time. But like the window of time, like this and Total Recall were made around the same time, right? Like that time period of Verhoeven's like my favorite.
Yeah, I think Total Recall was like 1990, I believe.
So like, it was the same like 3 or 4 year period.
We're gonna jump back over to Sean because I forgot. What are you up to? Where can we find you online?
Oh yeah, you can. Right now, I am all up in themeparkalchemy.com. So I run that Instagram more than I read my own. We share that one, so it's always interesting. Like, oh, we posted it. It's a fun shared account. So yeah, Theme Park Alchemy on Instagram, Theme Park Alchemy on Facebook, themeparkalchemy.com. Christmas season's coming up. Go buy some candles. They kill dog farts.
Yeah, I will say. Oh no, it's beyond that. It will. If you happen to have a puppy that sprays diarrhea all over a room of your house, shark bait. Yeah, shark bait will cover that smell right up. That is my endorsement.
We're working on an angle for that. If we get it past Ryan.
No poop talk on the website.
Poop talk. I'm down with that. I'm not big into the scat.
Nah.
Yeah. I just gotta find the right Facebook target group to send some ads to.
Yeah. Is there like a poop group?
Is there like does your house smell like shit group? So
gonna talk some poop with my poop crew.
If you want to see me repost things from Theme Park Alchemy, you can find me at the Rad Ranger on Instagram.com.
And you can find
Instagram.com. Jesus Christ.
At poopgroup.com.
Moviepoopshoot.com.
No Kevin Smith references here. No, I'm just kidding. We love
Kyoto Brothers.
Kyoto.
We're all pronouncing it wrong.
I like it better.
I don't do things. You can't find me anywhere.
That's fine. Ryan? You're a computerologist and a rock and roll singer.
Yes, I am. I do one by day and one by night. I don't know which
You're
one.
like Batman.
Yeah, I am. But like not as interesting. And I don't kill people.
I think you're more interesting than Batman.
Thank you.
I'm not going to
lie. No, it's fucking awesome. I absolutely adore this movie. And it's been a while since I've rewatched it. And I think this needs to be at least yearly viewing. So, yeah, it was great.
Slimy Lawyer is a character name in this movie.
This is also one of those movies I think is like better to watch with friends. So I think that that was pretty cool because I've always just watched it kind of
Hophead.
So.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever watched it with a group before.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And then themeparkalchemy.com. We have a lot of really cool stuff happening. And then the cast creatures. That's pretty much it.
This movie, I love this movie. And it's been a while since I've seen it. It's been several years, but it's one of those that, like, out of the blue, you could be like, do you want to watch RoboCop? And I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could probably watch RoboCop, like, once every other week and be happy for the rest of my life. I did not realize that it was about dicks until just now, which kind of makes it more interesting to me. And even just reading the credits, like, there's somebody named Bunny Speakman.
Just noticed that.
In this movie. Like, the credits are entertaining of this movie. Like, it's fantastic. It's
Show Me Your Spine, music by PTP. Only song in the movie.
Yeah. Our
aside from the score.
Found that out. But yeah, like, this movie is phenomenal. And you can find me personally at Battle Cougar on Instagram. And I am also deeply ensconced in Theme Park Alchemy. Usually smell a lot like Theme Park Alchemy at any given moment.
Nicole has learned an uncanny amount about making candles in a really quick period of time.
I would hope so, considering you guys are making
That's what we do.
Candles.
The candle mistress.
You'd be surprised how little we've learned about making candles. process of making candles.
It's amazing.
But yeah, our shit's really good, and you should buy some for everyone that you know.
Yeah.
Because it's really awesome and support small businesses and all that stuff. So they have themeparkalchemy.com, Theme Park Alchemy on Instagram, and Battle Cougar for me personally if you want to see pictures of me and Ryan doing dumb stuff. That's about it.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming out to the Phantom Zone and watching RoboCop.
HoboCop. RumbaCop.
RumbaCop. Dumpster Cop.
It's all about dicks. French made. Oh, wait, that was late on that joke.
You're
Damn it,
really
Sean.
late. You're like
Damn
an
it,
hour
Sean.
and 43 minutes too late on that joke.
Mouse trousers.
Mouse trousers! We forgot to talk about mouse trousers!
Yeah.
Damn it!
We gotta record it
The
again.
whole thing was supposed to be about mouse trousers.
Oh,
The
well.
third time.
Yep. Let's go.
So essentially, we have failed this city because we totally forgot to make the hilarious mouse trousers jokes that we came up with the first time through. All it was is when they're operating on Officer Peter Murphy. Yes, I know. When they're operating, they twice. It sounds like very explicitly say mouse trousers. And they're actually saying something else that's a real, or in the 80s anyway, was a real medical thing that they put on people. As Battle Cougar put it later on when she explained it to us, inflatable pants. So that sounds fun, right? I mean, unless you've had your hand blown off and been filled with shotgun slugs. Balls, pellets, shotgun blasts. I don't know. I'm really tired, you guys. So, that is it for the November Needless Commentary. December's commentary is going to be a treat and a half. Our special guest from the left coast, Chad J. Shonk, will be right here in the Phantom Zone with a selection of his own that we're all very excited about, except for Arian, of course, because he doesn't get excited about anything except sleeping and not being around people. And our January selection, which I can't remember if we discussed or not during the show, so I'm not going to say it yet. You guys, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. I hope everything is going absolutely great for you. Do check out our friends at themeparkalchemy.com and just try and take it easy. Don't get too stressed out over things. Love your family, love your friends. Have fun, get out and do some holiday stuff. I love you guys.
Thank you for listening to the Needless Things podcast. You're the best. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Downcast, or in the ears of a Trader Vic's employee. Love you. Mean it. Uh-huh.